So I decided to punish myself and jump into the fray. Um, Beyonder seems to have made conditions that make it impossible to win against his argument.
Okay, so I'll be perfectly frank. Again, scrolling up prior to, he directly says, "Let me let me go right here."
No. I get that because I scrolled up and I saw and I went, all right, that's fair enough. Because when I got home and I hopped on, I was like super tired and super late. But my issue is the way he's conducting these rules. There's practically no one that can.
Did you already name Adam? Oh wait, he would take off Eyes of the World,
He
huh?
because that would be a hacks.
That's retarded.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. That's why I said like, this is like way too super specific because you're practically like left with again probably just Deku and maybe like I can't think of people who could meet his criteria for that matchup.
Okay, see, I don't know who would fit there based on not being a martial artist. That's where my concern comes in.
No. My problem is like, fine, not a martial artist. That's fine. I can name several characters who are hand-to-hand fighters, but are not martial artists. Um, the problem is when he says like, yeah, they can have no hacks and no abilities. It's like, but that's you've neutered most of fiction. Then
I'm just gonna
we've
go ahead
got
and
no
type
one.
in Baki wins.
But that's a martial art. But he's a martial artist.
That's the biggest problem I have with this discussion. Not even so much the neutering of the abilities, it's that he won't let me pick a fucking martial artist. Dude, I would expect Goku to beat up a random jobber on the street.
No, and that's the thing. He's literally left it to like Japanese delinquents and thugs on the street. So I'm literally left with either fucking Han from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or the Shredder.
I'm sorry, Kyle Schrader's an actual martial artist.
Oh, god damn it. I'm stuck with Han. I can't think of anyone outside of him and Deku.
That's why I brought. Wait. Luffy.
No, I'd
Hang
still
on.
say he'd lose. I'd
You
still say I'd say Luffy would lose.
well, hang on a minute. If he has devil fruit powers, which you have to give to him by default,
No,
Goku's winning
actually,
hand to
actually,
hand.
the no, because he would count the Devil Fruit as a hacks.
Let me ask.
No, he would because he doesn't accept Enderu either.
What? He doesn't bring in.
Because that's where I was gonna get him as well with a couple of characters. I'm just like, all right, well then, is Enderu can Goku actually punch lightning? Let's see.
If he doesn't accept Luffy, he just has to concede the fucking argument here. Because
No, this is the way that I see the argument going so far. He's already acknowledged any character
what skill?
equalized that has any kind of hacks smacks Goku, and it's like you've already got him to technically agree that any martial artist equalized would smack Goku. Because here's the problem: is that he didn't directly say that he concedes, but the reason why he's bringing in like, oh well, then name fighters who aren't martial artists. That's him conceding the point because he's bringing in a straw man.
Goku can beat up a random guy on the street. Yeah, I would assume Goku could beat up a random guy on the street.
Yeah, well, that's not fair because it's like, okay, so they can't have any powers. That's practically like all of shonen and most of fiction, even in games.
Well, the problem here is like, okay, so I can somewhat. Well, that's why I got rid of martial artists then, because most martial artists in fiction have bullshit powers. They just stomp on Goku.
Well, this is the problem as well. Like when it comes to equalize, it's like you can't have any powers. You can't be a martial artist, and you need to be good in hand-to-hand combat. It's like you're gonna struggle to find anyone who's gonna fit that criteria, even if you're looking for an actual matchup. Because again, outside of like jobbers and like Japanese delinquents, you're not gonna find anyone who fits that criteria.
Oh god, most Japanese delinquents were trained in martial arts at one point. They went to a school. Japanese
No, but
delinquents might be a bit too much for Goku.
no, but that's so dumb. He's just like they can't be martial arts, but they can also they can't have hacks either. It's like, no. That's way too specific.
No powers, no martial arts training. Well, okay, so
So
I guess
so
we're throwing him
basically,
a little bit. He said martial
so
arts
basically,
masters.
he's basically asking, pick a random person off the street.
Yeah, that's what I'm fucking saying. Like, dude, I get it. You like Goku a lot, but I'm not saying Goku would lose to a random jobber on the street. I have a
And that's
little more confidence in him.
and that's where my problem comes in. It's like he has to like make these super specific rules so his character can win. And it's like, dude, like if your character can't win like a straight up equalized matchup, then that's just tough.
No, like,
Like
straight up, Goku's
you
just
can't bring
like...
in all these you can't bring in all these criterias, so you're left with like the dregs of like any fiction.
Yeah, no, like, the point I was trying to make is that Goku's a shitty fighter based on, like, if he can only win via AP. That random jobber is 1A. Fight that guy. Hello, Abyss Hunter. Okay.
Thing like there are even some series where I'm just like, oh, what about this jobber? I'm like, oh no, this jobber actually has powers too. Like, what the fuck?
So,
Because here's the thing,
okay.
like this is why I'm just like, okay, so you chose Deku. That's a smart decision because he's pretty much the only character in that criteria who he would probably accept.
Yeah, exactly my fucking point. For context, Abyss Hunter, we were having a debate on the Discord yesterday about Goku being a shitty fighter, and the guy we were debating told us we have to pick someone from fiction in hand-to-hand combat to fight Goku who can't be a master martial artist. So I chose Deku because he was the first one that came to mind.
Yeah, and then he added the rule later on that they can't have any hacks either.
Yeah, because I guess Kyle continued a bit further just to jump in, and he basically removed all hacks too, so we can't even use people like Adam. Wait. So does that mean like Sasaki doesn't count either because that's a hacks ability? Even though
yes.
That's bullshit.
None of the gods, no one from Record of Ragnarok. So basically, no Dark Snyder, no Drago, no Helios, no
bullshit.
That shit me because I'm just like, okay, I wanna debate him either head versus Goku. He's like, no hacks. I'm just like, no.
Goku is a shitty fighter. Thank you. Again, I'm not saying Goku's worse than a random person on the street. I think that's what Beyonder's trying to. I think that's what Beyonder thinks I'm trying to say here. But I'm just trying to say that, like, in terms of being a master martial artist and being a fighter in versus matchups, Goku is pretty shit. I think I'm being pretty reasonable here.
So to give context, yesterday, in terms of martial arts, Zim was arguing that Naruto is a better fighter than Goku in terms of martial arts, and he's not wrong. Naruto would shit on Goku in terms of martial arts. Goku fights way too straightforward.
Mama?
And like here's the thing, like, and Beyonder was trying to bring up things from like the Super manga, and it's just like, if he wanted to bring up things to demonstrate skill, you're better off taking stuff from like Dragon Ball, like OG Dragon Ball, when it was actually still martial arts.
Dude, so actually, no, you're right. But so Abyss Hunter, I actually told Beyonder that I was like, dude, Goku doesn't even win fights he's equalized in. He's lost almost every single fight he's had a close AP clash with. Because Vegeta never loses the fights. Vegeta's actually won every single fight in Dragon Ball they've had. I don't know why he continuously thinks that he fucking needs to beat Goku. He literally wins every single encounter. Or
he either wins or they tie.
Yeah, exactly. Goku has never won a match between the two of them. Hell, even Frieza, with no martial arts training, when they were similar in AP, Frieza was stomping Goku out in the fight. The only reason Frieza lost the fight of Namek is because his power was running out.
Like, if you go through all the fights, the Saiyan Saga, Gohan technically won that fight. If it wasn't for Gohan becoming, like, a great ape, they would have all died.
Yeah. Laughs in Majin Vegeta fight? Majin Vegeta was winning the majority of that fight. Even if you, I mean, like, that fight ended in a tie, to be fair. But Vegeta's not trained in martial arts the way Goku is. Vegeta is just using AP for most of his fights. The fact that he can even keep up with Goku at all, who does have training, would probably make Master Roshi cry in the corner. Dude, Vegeta's basically just a straight up jobber they found on the street, and he still matches Goku.
And this is where I kind of have the problem, because he's like, oh, you can't have any hacks. It's like, okay, so are you going to eliminate, like, Goku's ki barrier? Are you going to eliminate the flight? Are you going to eliminate everything that's powered by his ki? Because that can also downgrade Goku quite a lot.
Again, so like I was assuming that was the case. I was just assuming, okay, who can beat him in hand-to-hand combat? And then he's like, no master martial artist. Okay, a little unfair. Goku is Goku
Like,
supposed to be a
okay,
master martial artist?
I'm not out of. It's like, okay, that's unfair. I'm not out of options. I know hacks characters. No hacks. Okay, so you're basically just telling me to pick somebody off the street.
Okay, so Azura, I was the one who brought up Deku for beating Goku in a fight, but this was only because he told me I couldn't bring in a master martial artist. Otherwise, I would have been like, alright, anyone in Fist of the North Star would beat Goku's ass in an equalized fight. Wait, Goku's not a master martial artist at this point?
Thought he was.
That's a... Dude! I mean, you're probably not wrong, but like... Hang on, let me look this up real fast. It was Goku really...
Did he not finish his training at the Turtle School?
Is Goku a martial art master? I'm pretty sure they have him as a master in most fucking... Okay. So, he would be considered one because plot... Okay, so it's never directly confirmed if he's a martial arts master or not.
Like, what kind of, like, gets me as well is, like, if he didn't eliminate, like, they can't be a martial artist and they can't have power, it's like, okay. Like, I can literally, like, off the top of my head...
Kyle, hang on one second. Okay. ¿Necesitas $200 para pagar por los trees?
Sí, porque me los van a limpiar ahorita. Y tú préstamelos para pagarle al señor.
Vete a la ATM, todavía tengo suficiente dinero.
Que se lleve Fabián tu tarjeta.
Sí.
Ok. Que lo saque de cheques o de savings.
Checkings. My mom will ream my ass for fucking everything, but the second money's involved. Okay.
But, like, straight away, like, somebody who I would, like, bring up, if he didn't have those criteria, would be, like, someone like Mori Jin. Mori Jin is a kickboxing, taekwondo, like, master.
Wait, even without the hacks, he would already have more martial arts under his belt than Goku.
Oh, that's not all he has under his belt. Like, he basically does a fucking Kenshiro, and whatever fighting style he sees, he can kind of copy it.
Unfortunately, that would be hacks. Oh, okay, so most fighting game characters are better martial arts than Goku? No, yeah,
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, so and he even conceded Goku's kind of a shitty fighter because he outright admitted Goku can only win fights if his AP is greater in the series. Dude, if he can't even win his own series without AP boost...
I mean, even in like other fictional debates, like you'll never see a Dragon Ball character argue. You'll never see somebody argue a Dragon Ball character wins via fucking martial arts. It's always an AP stomp.
The best
like this is the thing.
like Ultra Instinct.
Like, let's put it this way: if your character can like out AP stomp a Dragon Ball character, your character's going to win because Dragon Ball characters have like fuck all resistances and no hacks, unless you're like a god of destruction.
Which is why Superman beats Goku.
Yeah. I mean, again, you have to take that by like which version of Superman, but in general, Superman should win.
So, actually, Seth programmed me a video on that one where he basically, like, he made the claim that there's more universal feats for Superman than there is Solar System. So Superman's base rating should be Universal Level Plus. If that was the case, that Superman's a better martial artist, dude, at this point, anyone's a better martial artist. Like, okay, so I understand martial arts aren't all flashy and crazy and stuff, but Goku literally only punches. That is literally his only fucking attack.
It's not that. It's not even that. Like, post the Piccolo fight, it's literally a punch and kick barrage. No one uses martial arts anymore.
I mean, now don't get me wrong. I can understand to a degree why that happened. Because at the way they were fighting, it would have been more effective overall to just punch than do anything else, you know? Like, I understand that when AP is the bigger concern, just getting the hit on somebody matters more than actual technique and stuff. I get that. But that does make you a shittier fighter when it comes to equalized fights because, well, you rely too much on AP. Yeah, exactly. In an equalized fight, that's not going to work. Again, I only brought in Deku because I couldn't really think of anyone else who wasn't a martial artist who's an actual fighter in fiction off the top of my head.
It also doesn't help. Like, again, the one that gets me is, like, they can't have any hacks abilities. It's like, but you've practically, like, neutered the competition. There's no competition left.
No, they need to be... Did he say Goku gets ki or not for this? Or did he ignore that?
No.
Dude, Goku better not be getting ki for this shit.
Well, let's put it this way. If Goku... It better be the same for Goku. Because let's put it this way, and he should know this the best. If Goku doesn't have ki, then that eliminates all of his defensive abilities, and that nullifies, like, most of his, like, AP.
Deku isn't even a martial artist. Again, that's the point I'm trying to make here. Beyonder asked me to not pick a master martial artist. So I had to pick someone from fiction that I knew who wasn't a martial artist. Because there's not many martial arts in fictions who aren't master martial artists. And I could have brought Kenichi, but I think he would have fucking tried to neuter Kenichi too.
And let's put it this way, like, I tried to, and that's when he's just like, yeah, but I said no hacks. And it's like, then there's literally no one who can win with the criteria you've got.
Actually, no, Kenichi would beat Goku in a fight. No, I'll put in Kenichi.
No, is he not a martial artist?
Technically, he's not a master martial artist.
No, he just said not a martial artist in general.
Are you fucking kidding me? I like how he says not that Goku couldn't beat another master, but he wouldn't let me pick a master martial artist. Okay, so let me go ahead and break this down for you, Azura, because you... Okay, so you guys are a bit wrong here regarding your guys' examples. Let me go ahead and break this down. Captain America is a martial artist. Wolverine is a martial artist. He was trained in Kendo. You could argue that doesn't really scale to him, but I'd argue that Beyonder would remove his fucking claws. And Spider-Man is technically a martial artist. He does train in a fighting style to help him counter not having the spider sense. Jin and Kazuya are martial artists. Their fictional martial art would beat the shit out of Goku's martial art. Okay, most fighters in fiction are martial artists. You have to understand that.
And this is the problem, is that, like, he's literally asking for people who have, like, just standard, like, brawling techniques who haven't been trained in anything.
Which is why I brought up Deku, because Deku was, like, the only person I thought, off the top of my head, who could fit that criteria. I should have fucking said all for one, but he probably would have removed all the quirks.
I'm going to leave the voice chat, but I'll be hopping in the YouTube comments.
Alright. Take care, Kyle. Let's go continue here. Then who does he want? Stone Cold Steve Austin? Is that a wrestler? I'm pretty sure a wrestler has martial arts. Pretty sure it's a bit too over the criteria. Saitama, who's in the martial arts, would probably tie for Goku in an equalized brawl. Okay, is Saitama not a martial artist? Because Saitama would probably be a good pick there. Because Saitama is also pretty ripped and shit too, so he is peak physical training. He's a brawler? Oh, I probably could brawl Saitama then, yeah. What about Ichigo? He would remove the sword, because technically Ichigo is trained to use the Zanpakuto. He did receive training, so you'd have to remove the sword, and even then if you didn't remove the sword, like, he would just slice through Goku's arm, because it's a fucking sword. It's more focused on hand-to-hand, to be fair. I was trying to argue for hand-to-hand, equalized fights and such, to be more fair, because again, Goku just isn't a good martial artist. No, Dante is a martial artist because he has Royal Guard. Kratos would probably beat Goku in a hand-to-hand fight. I should have fucking brought up Kratos because Kratos will actually grab people and shit. No one in Dragon Ball does grapple. Fuck, I should have brought up Kratos. No, he'd probably say Kratos is a trained Spartan or something. Jessica Jones and all. Asura is a trained martial artist. He did train under that one fucking guy. He trained under his master, fucking I don't know what the master's name is, but he did train. August, thank you. Yeah, so he did train under August. Yeah, Azra from Azra's Wrath has trained under August. Like, that's literally, like, him and his brother trained under the same master. That's why they were equals in combat most of the time. Why is Goku the main character again? He fucking sucks at most things. He's equalized that. Well, that was the point I was trying to bring up. That Goku would lose most equalized fights, so I said that Naruto would beat Goku in an equalized fight. I did just mention Luffy. He hasn't responded, so we're going to see if he'll accept Luffy or not. Because Luffy should be fair game. Oh yeah, Vegeta's a way better fighter than Goku. I'll argue this every day of the week. Vegeta fucking wins or ties almost all the fights he has with Goku. The only reason he thinks Goku won is because he just attributes Gohan's fucking victory at the end of the fucking Earth battle to fucking Goku. I guess he'd rather say Goku beat him than actually admit Gohan beat him in a fight. Jiren's okay, so Jiren actually has techniques and shit. Although I'd argue Jiren would lose to like most people in Fist of the North Star, because his main fighting technique that he does is basically just a copy of Rao's technique from Fist of the North Star. Not to say Jiren is bad though. I mean, if you're copying the best, I mean you're copying the best. Nothing wrong with that. Let's go ahead and bust out Warrior Retribution. I'm almost done with soundboard farming. Thanks to buying the actual pass, soundboard farming got so much fucking easier. It's pretty fucking good. Brawly is a wrestler at best. If Brawly... Well, notice how Goku didn't beat Brawly. It took a combined fusion of the two of them to beat him, but that was more because of AP than anything else. It depends on if in an equalized fight Brawly would have won. That's the real question on the table. That's what we're mainly debating here. Ace needs a rework so bad. He's one of my favorite characters. I bought his skin, but he desperately needs a rework. I'd say he's probably worse than even Squall right now. And I mean Squall prior to the LD and shit. Because at least Squall had, like, better overall AoE attacks and a better EX+. Unfortunately, my boy Ace, oof, that EX+. It's good. It's just not good for a damage dealer. Like, the buff is pretty good afterwards, but he needs a little... He needs his LD soon. Oof. I'll still say he's better than Vaughn, though. Still say that. Even with Vaughn's burst. Vaughn still fucking sucks. I only bring Vaughn in because his stats are higher for most of the matchups. If Ace's stats were comparable to Vaughn's, I would fucking bring Ace in for all my Vaughn matchups. Don't mind me ranting a little bit here. To be fair, in the first movie, Goku had to out martial arts Brawly until the end. Solid Snake is a better fighter than Goku. Yeah, but Solid Snake is trained in CQC, so he would technically be a master martial artist in terms of CQC, which is just a martial art of combined hand-to-hand styles that bring in guns to the mix. So Z Brawly, I was talking about. Remember in Brawly's Second Coming, he was literally doing wrestling moves, I think, on Goten and Trunks. Yeah, but that would mean Brawly's trained in wrestling techniques and stuff of that nature. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't allow that either. I'm not trying to again, if you guys are a part of my Discord server, you can watch it for yourselves. I'm not trying to strawman him here or anything. He basically... Kyle claims he said no martial artists. There was also a downgrade on Record of Ragnarok on versus Battle Wiki. They believe they're not very powerful in general. To be fair, I'll go ahead and talk about this. Ruby Rose from Ruby. I'm pretty sure Goku could beat her ass in a hand-to-hand fight. I'm pretty sure we found a character Goku could actually beat legitimately. Now Yang, well, he'd remove Aura, but I think I can argue for Yang being a better fighter. No, Yang is just as straightforward as Goku is. Maybe? I don't know. I think in terms of like straightforward hand-to-hand combat, I don't think Yang's ever demonstrated the capabilities Goku has demonstrated. And her technique is really obvious, unless she... Well, no, she improved since season... No, I haven't seen anything... I'd have to watch season 6 and 7 first to determine that one, because I think she has a fight with Adam at the end of season 6, right? That'd be where I'd have to determine if she's gotten actually better or not as a fighter. Oh yeah, Abyss. I actually already beat Yang like borders between hand-to-hand expert and brawler. Okay, so don't tell me that because it. Well, no, she hasn't received any real training though, has she? Like she's not a martial artist. She's just a hand-to-hand brawl fighter. Oh yeah, Abyss. I actually already beat the Lufenia for fucking 8. It was actually super fucking easy. No, Hunt's been training didn't teach. Oh, yeah, she's been training all her life. Okay, I see your point. Whoa, why am I so dark? Fuck, I don't want to turn on the lights, but I don't want to open the windows because there's people in the backyard right now apparently doing lawn work. Arden? Arden? Are you talking about Arden from Final Fantasy? Arden would stomp Goku. I did. Dude, anyone from Dead or Alive would shit on Goku in an equalized fight. No fucking doubt. Because they all have grapples and counters, which just shits on Goku's fighting style because Goku's too predictable with his martial arts fighting style. No, it's not even a fair fight. That's not even fair. That'd be a stomp. Also, she is a master martial... No one in Dead or Alive fits the criteria because they're all master martial artists in some capacity. Even fucking Tina is just a fucking master wrestler. Just a fucking... Well, she would be considered a master martial artist in wrestling, technically. He is the martial artist and you can use pre-Star Scourge? Rock Lee is a master martial artist, Red Dust. Come on. That's not even... That shouldn't even be a question on the table. That motherfucker mastered shit good. Fuck. Actually, no. Fuck Rig. Yeah, Rig. Yeah, fuck Rig. Fuck that guy. Why the fuck would you bring up that fucker's name? Fucking hate Rig's kicks. It's fucking bullshit. Alright, let's go ahead and bring in the other one. Honestly, Cooch is pretty good, but I'm not gonna go for his burst because I think his burst comes out in the Gladio event. So I'd rather just fucking wait for the Gladio event to do it. Of course, it's your fucking main. I actually beat the Abyss. I actually beat the Lufenia with 9. The tank shielder, Tylee. Oh, you know what? Is Tylee a martial artist or no? I didn't see that one. Where does he say that one? I've seen the ending cutscenes. He doesn't say that. She has pressure point training? Damn it! Virgil doesn't need Beowulf to beat Goku in a hand-to-hand fight. He would just beat Goku in a hand-to-hand fight. Virgil and Dante use Street Fighter moves. This means their skill will be on par with the Street Fighters. That means they wouldn't need their weapons to beat Goku in a hand-to-hand fight because the Street Fighter characters would hand Goku their ass on a platter. And again, like Ryan said earlier, any hand-to-hand fighter would fucking hand Goku his ass on a platter in fighting games. There's only like maybe fucking 5 characters who might lose, and even then I'd argue they still have better moves. Okay, let's go ahead and swap over to Barret right now. And we're gonna actually ignore Barret because Barret's gonna be fucking trash. From what I remember, she is actually a pretty good hand-to-hand fighter. I'm just over here thinking to myself in the back of my head like, oof. Well, no, I've seen that, but I don't recall him adding that line at the end, so I'll have to go back and take a look at that. Because I remember they talk about their parents, and they're like... So, what I remember them saying specifically... is, I remember them saying, like, you know... Yeah, but they're like, what would they say if they see us now? And then Virgil says, that may be, but at least we're still here. I don't recall them saying that all things end, even us. That wasn't what they said there. At the very least, not from the versions I've seen. So maybe I'll have to take a look at a few other videos, see if there's other information. Also, why is Barrett so low if he has a fully max leveled up EX? Whatever. Let's bring out Realm and Rem. Truly. Let's go right here. I am not buying Kuja's fucking skin. I don't think I'm ever going to use Kuja in genuine honesty. I mean, he's not bad. He deals good magic damage. Like, he deals probably the most magic damage in the game right now, except for maybe, like, fucking... The problem is that he's too bursty. I think Emperor would outlast him hard now with the Emperor's LD. And honestly, Kefka would probably outlast him too, if we're being honest. Let's go and bring him back in for another round. But it's not bad damage, not by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, no, tienes mis cosas.
¿Ya viste lo que andan haciendo?
No.
¿Quieres ver?
¿Estás haciendo los palm trees también o no?
Sí.
Hey, ¿estás haciendo los palm trees también o no?
¿Qué son los palm trees?
Los grandes ones ahí, los palms.
No, no tengo dinero para todo. ¿Por qué?
Entonces, ¿no estás pagando para que ellos hacen esos trees y ya?
Los tres trees de atrás y son los que tiran más basura. Las palmas nomás se les cae su hoja ya.
Alright. Honestly, we're kind of close to being done with this farming in general, I think. So, because I think after Rem, there aren't that many... Okay, we got a fuck ton more characters, never mind. That's fine. We can keep going a little bit. We're barely reaching the half an hour mark. Because I would like to go with something else today. Because this farming is super fucking easy. Oh, dude, actually, I think we'll be able to... How many for... Okay, we're actually getting kind of... Okay, once you get to the EX area, we'll be fucking golden. We're almost there, actually. No, we just got a couple fucking stragglers who suck ass we gotta get through. I say suck ass for me because this build's gonna take a while. I was actually trying to play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Yesterday because I wanted to try out the Raw deck. Oh, dude, I don't know, man. Chewbacca's got that height size over him. I'm pretty sure Chewbacca's got that in an equalized fight. He'd rip off Goku's arms. Chew easily. What about Nightmare? Dude, if we're talking Nightmare from DMC, Nightmare would fucking stomp Goku. Goku would literally cry. Because he can't punch Nightmare. Because Nightmare. Boba Fett. Okay, you know what? I don't know Boba Fett. We'll have to wait and see how he is in The Mandalorian. Because Boba Fett is now canonically back alive in The Mandalorian. What do you call Nightmare's non-physical body hacks? Dude, I bet even the guy from Terminator 2 would beat Goku in a hand-to-hand fight. Fuck, the Terminator would probably beat Goku in a hand-to-hand fucking fight. Oh, dude, I should have said Rocky Balboa. I should have busted out the real... I would have busted out the real tough guns. I would have been like, hey, fucking Rocky, let's go. Rocky would just take every Chris Tucker in Rush Hour. Poe from Kung Fu Panda. Oh no, he's a martial artist, damn it. Got a bit too carried away there. Poe would stop Goku in Equalized Fight, I'm saying it now. I'm pretty sure one of those guys from Balls of Fury, the ping pong game, would probably be him in a fight. I think the coordination's there. I think they got this. I'm pretty sure Shao Kahn's considered a martial arts master. If he's not, then Shao Kahn would stomp still. So the problem here is like, okay, so Goku's not the worst fighter in the world. Again, so I would say he would do better than your average jobber on the street. The problem is that most martial artists will be way better fighters than him and have way more equalized fights and way more experience fighting equal. And there are people who aren't martial artists. There are big characters who would just stomp him and he would just lose based on physicality. Like, yeah, Shao Kahn's not a martial artist per se, but isn't Poe universal? I don't know on that one. I actually never finished watching the Kung Fu Panda series. I've seen the ending of the Kung Fu Panda 3, but I've only really seen Kung Fu Panda 1. Jonathan and Joseph Joestars are better... Yeah, Abyss, we're still talking about that more or less. I've also talked about the fact how easily I beat Lufinia with 8. How easy 8's Lufinia wasn't even a challenge. No big deal. I literally beat it with fucking Rem on my team, and she's like the most sub-optimized character in the game right now. Besides Vaughn. Besides Vaughn, because no one has a worse kit right now than Vaughn. God, I hope Vaughn's LD rework fixes him, because otherwise that was a waste. That's a waste of a character slot. How the fuck is Ferris higher up than Shadow? Shadow literally has a fucking EX weapon. Yeah, Base Hunter, because I'm pretty sure the reason you would drop out of school is because of Omnia. Yeah, pretty sure that's the reason. I actually just got done dropping like $1,000-something to pay off my classes, so I can now just worry about paying my classes next semester. Why is life pain? My funds are gonna be down so hard. Raiden from Mortal Kombat would know way too many martial arts to be fucking usable in this situation. It's a hard knock life for us. It's the hard knock life for us. I don't know the lyrics for the actual line part. What about Hidan from Naruto? I'm pretty sure everyone in Naruto's a taijutsu master in some capacity. Also, he'd probably argue Hidan's hacks don't count. Or Hidan's like whole. Because I think Hidan just like doesn't die, right? That's like his main shtick. Oh, speaking of English, I need to finish up editing my novel. I'm going to actually change a section in the middle of the book. I was going to have this big old fucking encounter with like the mayor and shit, but I couldn't pull it off correctly. And I'm like, this is just fucking stupid. I need to get rid of this. Let's bring in my boy 8. Bring in the fucking champ! The champ who made his Lufinia look like fucking garbage! Yeah, oh, by the way, Abyss, I am saving fucking all... Outside of Warrior of Light's purple token... See, Kyle, he's pretty fucking skilled. Oof. Oof. Does he know how to throw a punch? That might be a bit too much for Goku here. Oh, the main character sliced her tendons. The character in my picture was crippled by the main character of the book. Prior to the events of the book. Wait, did he attack? Motherfucker. So, a little bit of the... Now, again, I don't have the skill to pull this off. So, like, I'm just going to tell you this. It probably sounds way better than the actual book is going to be. I want to make that very clear. The actual idea behind the book a little bit was... I was very fascinated with the end of the Orange Clockwork, where a criminal, a super criminal, after years of being a super criminal, doing horrible shit, just decides one day to stop. He just decides he gets bored of being a criminal or something of that nature, and he decides to just live a normal life afterwards. That's not entirely the way my book is, but that was more or less the inspiration for the character change for the main character, because he wasn't always a criminal. Originally, he was like a Batman-like character, because that's what I drew him up as a kid. But then I changed that around a bit as I was going through and writing it. Wait, Locke, oh wait, this is not your EX weapon. This is your. I'll have to sell that still. Yeah. He and the group he belonged to kidnapped her friend, and she bartered for her friend's freedom, and she was actually basically like, even in the new age, she was already like an Olympic level runner in regards to people who are already superhuman. So he was willing to give back her friend in exchange for her legs. So she paid that price, and yeah, he just like sliced up her tendons. What about Metal Gear Raiden? He is trading CQC. He would stomp Goku. I'm being a little fallacious here. I understand that, because like obviously we can't prove hand-to-hand fighters can win, but I put money. I could argue for it. This motherfucker tried to hit 8 again. Stop doing this to yourself, my dude. What do you think you're doing? It's basically like, don't hit yourself. That's basically what happens here whenever he fucking goes on 8. Alright, let's go ahead and bust out the Master Blade. This was a guy I actually didn't fucking go for, but like, even though I would probably never use him in a team comp per se, he's actually super good as a friend support. Yeah, I was right. So that's the situation there with that one. I'm trying to check and see if there's any sales on Game Pass right now. Ironically enough, recently Game Pass did get River City Girls. I do have Code Vein now. I'm waiting for you to do a fan art for that, a cover for that one before I start streaming that one. I guess I could go back to Dead Space in a bit. I'm just kind of hoping I can get to the EXs that I already have, so that way, like, at bare minimum, it'd be super fucking easy to handle the rest of the farming without losing my brains. Don't worry, Zim. I'll drop out so I can donate you costumes all wrong and work in mixed squadrons. My brother got a job at Target. If you can get a job at Target, if you live in the United States, get a job at Target, because that'll be like the best fucking. That'll be the best job you can probably get at like a middle, like sort of like, you know, like that's supposed to be considered bottom of the barrel, but I'll just call it customer service. Also, can I just say Bahamut doesn't look like that in the fucking game? Like, why do we fight a cool Bahamut, but our Bahamut's actually fucking shit? Original Laura Croft. Is she trained in martial arts? Because if she's trained in martial arts, or if she's trained in martial arts, I don't think that would fit the criteria very well. I think Beyond is either asleep or Beyond is just giving up on the conversation because he hasn't mentioned anything when I brought up Luffy. This is Neo Bahamut. This is the one you are fighting in the summon board farming if you haven't done it yet. This is the one you're going to be fighting, but this is not the Bahamut you summon, which kind of pisses me off. Oh, so he doesn't hit 8. It's because like he has a little passive where when he drops a certain amount, he puts up poison on your team. And 8 dodges the poison, so therefore 8 just counters. Oh, wait, is he going to... Oh, no. What is he doing? Oh, no. Why are you doing this to yourself? How embarrassing. Alright, just go fish on it. Versus Girls is awesome. Try it. So from what I understand, the original ending's not very good to the game. I know they had to redo the ending, but it's like, well, what happened in the original ending? How embarrassing. Oh, hang on. Let me actually do this before I fucking fuck up. Okay, so who's left in the... Oh, we got on board 9. Alright, cool. We're getting there. We are getting there. Oh, wait. Never mind, we are not. How the fuck are you higher up on the list? How the fuck? Whatever, it's fine. Kale's being nerfed in fucking League of Legends, so it's always fun. And I can't play DMC5 yet. With Special Edition because they decided to release the fucking DLC fucking 10 fucking years later. I mean, this month's going by pretty fast, but it's kind of annoying that the DLCs took so long to come out for current gen consoles. It's fucking absurd. Alright, let's go ahead and bust out another server. We only gotta do Seraphic Stars here. That's really all we gotta do. Actually, I'll probably play. Actually, I definitely will hop over it a little bit, but when we get to a certain point. But I don't know, cause it's like for me, Crysis and Cyberpunk. Did Cyberpunk get delayed? I mean, the problem with the difference between Cyberpunk and fucking DMC5 SE is that DMC5 SE already came out on fucking new consoles, and they already have the DLC and shit and everything. Cyberpunk hasn't even come out yet. That's assuming Cyberpunk's gonna be good too. Like you're making a big assumption here that Cyberpunk's actually gonna be decent. I guess it's a good thing I didn't try to buy an Xbox Series X because apparently my money is disappearing right before my very eyes. I saved my money all year and right now it's just disappearing like fucking dust in the wind. I'd buy a game right now just to fucking make the debt go fucking higher, but the truth is there aren't many games out right now. Oh, you guys see the Game of the Year awards by any chance? I'll make a video about it later about the nominees and shit, but I do not like the nominees for Game of the Year awards. The nominees were kind of ass this year, which isn't the fault. I don't think it's the fault of the Game Awards themselves. I just think there weren't that many good games this year. There weren't that many high-profile games that actually stuck around all that long. I'll be honest, I forgot The Last of Us 2 came out this year, because The Last of Us 2 is nominated for Game of the Year. I was genuinely surprised The Last of Us 2 was on that list. I was like, wait, Last of Us 2 came out this year? And I'm like, oh yeah, it came out at the start of the fucking year, I think. Or like, when did The Last of Us 2 drop, actually? Did it come out at the start of this year? Or like, fucking summertime? He's gonna break Kuja. Yep. Thankfully, it's not an HP dump, otherwise it'd be a problem. It came out in June? Fuck, I completely forgot that game came out this year. Like, I knew it came out. I knew people talked about it. I remember the controversy and shit. I just forgot it came out this year. It'll probably win Game of the Year, if we're being honest. The Game of the Year categories were not very good this year. For some fucking reason, Hades made it to the Game of the Year category. I don't even know how the fuck that one happened. I don't think they're including Special Edition. Resident Evil 3 got 1 nomination for sound design, which is bullshit. I've actually never watched Hazbin Hotel, so no, I cannot confirm how strong the verse is. It looks like we're starting to get to the point where everyone has an EX weapon, which is great, because that means we're close to fucking being able to, like, alright, I can finish this off easily later. I mean, this is going by much fucking faster, because we only have to do 1 mission with all the trash characters, because that'll get them 25,000, and I'm pretty fucking sure we have enough fucking saved up points to not worry about fucking, like, oh, I didn't have enough to fucking get the full amount, you know, of the rewards. We have more than fucking enough. What's this out? Seraphic Star. Honestly, Kuja makes this so much fucking faster. Because, like, this actually, like, a lot of these take a fucking while, but Kuja just makes it go by so much fucking easier. A lot less painful. A lot less painful, Kuja. Unfortunately, he came out for the very last fucking one. This is the last summon board farming in the game. There's no more soundboard farming after this one for at least another year. 30B. Why does Cyber downplay Thor and Silver Surfer? Cyber downplays a lot in general fashion. I mean, like, he would never say he downplays, obviously. I don't think anyone who ever downplays actually admits they downplay, but he would say something like he's more, that he wants to see more evidence. I think that's what Cyber downplays Cyber. I mean, apparently it's a pretty good fucking shot. I keep dying in server. Okay, so the Lizette here, I actually have her EX fully maxed out. I just haven't fucking equipped it to her at any fucking point. I don't think that'll matter right now, so we'll leave it alone for now, but at some point I need to equip her EX onto her, because this is just embarrassing. Oh, okay, that's right. I forgot about the other game of the year contenders. Okay, I'm gonna say this right now. Ghost of Tsushima is probably gonna win game of the year. I think Ghost of Tsushima has that one in the back. I forgot about Ghost of Tsushima being there, but I'm pretty sure Abby's gonna win Best Actor. I'm calling it right fucking now. I'm pretty sure Abby's character is gonna win Best Performance. Guarantee it.
What is an Abby?
Oh, son of a bitch. Oh my god.
Also, yes.
What
are we talking about?
Right now we're talking about the Game of the Year award nominees. Because for Game of the Year, it's The Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII, or Hades for Game of the Year, for the Game of the Year award. Mangler's being a little staticky right now.
My friend was just talking to me about Hades. But I don't know enough about it, so I can't throw my lot in for that game specifically. I haven't played the Final Fantasy VII Remake or the original, so I can't say on whether to be that one. I've only really played Doom Eternal and Tsushima.
Doom Eternal should not win Game of the Year, that's all I'm going to say.
It should or shouldn't?
It should not win Game of the Year.
Why specifically?
Its gameplay loop, its gameplay loop is repetitive and incredibly frustrating. Also, its story is non-existent, and while it does have good character voice acting for some portions of it, it's nothing that screams, this is the best game of the year. Hell, even graphics-wise, I'd argue Ghost of Tsushima would probably take it just with how visually it looks. If it is ass gameplay-wise, I'll consider
I don't think anyone would say Ghost of Tsushima has worse graphics than Doom Eternal.
No,
I don't think that's
the point I'm trying to make is that Doom Eternal it's not Game of the Year material. It doesn't have all of its bases covered to justify being Game of the Year. It's fun. What if it was Among Us? Among Us for Game of the Year?
That would be kind of funny. I still haven't played Among Us. So
Yeah,
actually, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check their website because I want to see what else they got.
I was planning on doing a video on this later tonight. I'll see if I can't get Neo to come join me and Kyle. And if you want, you can obviously stop by.
Today's my day off, so maybe.
Maybe. I was wondering where the fuck you were here.
Yes. I arrived from the ether.
Well, you're wrong.
Isn't that the one where you run across an obstacle course and then a certain amount of people qualify every round to move on to the next round?
Yeah, and then you have a lot of people who, instead of trying to actually beat the course, they just fucking wait for other people to get close and they knock them down.
Sounds about right.
There can only be one. Look,
no, there can be only one. Oh, go ahead, sorry. Alright, I'm looking at the nominees.
I'm calling it now. Abby's gonna win the best performance because not to be that. Well, actually, wait. No. Kojima didn't make a game this year. Never mind. There's no nepotism this time.
So we've got.
I'm pretty sure Ghost of Tsushima is gonna take Game of the Year. It'll either be Ghost of Tsushima or The Last of Us 2 because I know Doom Eternal's not winning that. Well. It's based on votes, huh? No, I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy VII can get more votes than Doom Eternal.
Wow, this freaking laggy.
The website?
It's the Game of the Year website. This is recognizing the game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields.
Yeah, no, then for sure Doom Eternal should not win that. Doom Eternal does not give us
Animal Crossing Horizons is also on here.
For Game of the Year? Maybe.
Yeah, Animal Crossing's on there.
For Game of the Year. Alright,
yes.
Fuck it, I take it back.
I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying, it's on here. But
Animal Crossing's about to stomp out the fucking competition.
If only that it was actually true.
And Mangler, it deserves the win. I've played it repeatedly.
There's no amount of hours I could put into Animal Crossing that would lead me to justify that game would win. It's not the type of game that grabs enough people's interest.
Necesito que me busques en Amazon luego un sistema de cámara muy bueno porque se me hace que me robaron granada los pinches vecinos.
Oye, ¿quieres security cameras ya?
Lo que sea, pero que sea bueno.
Ay, Dios, okay.
Necesito porque me robaron granadas y nadie se debe de meter de una yarda a otra. El Grecia Granado estaba que se caía de
This
granadas.
website is not good.
Ya veo que no tiene nada.
Yeah,
Sé
ma.
que tu papá llegó ayer, pero no es para tanto.
I am not gonna tell her to do that because then she would fucking get on my ass.
If we're talking best score in music or audio design,
DMC5.
either one of those.
SC
I was
came
gonna
out
say-
this year. That should be fair game.
I was gonna say I think Doom Eternal is probably gonna win one of those. This soundtrack is pretty.
Best sound design should go to Resident Evil 3. That sound is crisp as fuck. Also, why is it Resident Evil 3 game of the year? You fucking kidding me? You're gonna put fucking Hades on there, but you're not gonna
on here.
Abyss's right opinion. Mangler and Ozra's
Resident Evil 3 is. Resident Evil 3 is not even there
No, I know it's not on game of the year. It's
for
on best-
time. There's way less nominees this time around.
Well, there weren't that many games that came out this year, so I understand that there's not going to be like a fucking. I understand it's not going to be crazy, like, you know, fucking nominees, but like, I'll be honest, dude. Dude, The Last of Us 2 is definitely going to win most of its awards. I'm calling it right now. PlayStation exclusives usually sweep the fucking Game Awards. Do they deserve it? That's debatable, but they usually win.
You say debatable like there's an opinion to offer in favor of that.
Bro, Roblox about to win Game of the Year, watch. Fuck it, I'd give Fortnite Game of the Year just for their Marvel update over fucking Last of Us 2.
Dude, I think, speaking of which, I think GCN, the guy that did the Gaming Sins,
Yeah.
just did a video on DMC5, and I'm like, finally. And then, like, the first 10 minutes, he's just like, I do appreciate this game coming back and showing us all how action games should be done. And then, and then it's just like, cough, cough, God of War. And, like, the first... Dude, there was someone at my work who actually tried to tell me that there's like, I've been playing a bunch of RPGs, and I'm like, oh, really? Like, what? And, like, Ghost of Tsushima. I'm like, hold up. I was like, what? And then he's just like, yeah, and God of War. I'm like, God of War's not an RPG. What the
It is now.
I'm like, well, it's actually just a combination of all the PlayStation exclusives and popular media memes from the video game industry packed into one game. So that it doesn't even know what it is. Which, if he said that, I would have been like, okay, that's probably true. But it still has the core of a hack and slash game. But whatever. Yeah, what do I know?
That's the worst core I've ever seen. Toss it out. Bring in a new one. Changing the game genre.
Changing the game genre.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, changing the game genre is a power exclusive only to your coworker. Maybe.
Is it possible?
I mean, not from an intelligent person. I'll say that much.
Oh, fucking,
What are all these like greater than or equal signs coming from? Or greater than signs or less than signs? So every time I look at them, they honestly look like crocodile mouths to me.
It's been a very, very interesting journey.
You guys mentioned Nazara's forehead, but everybody who knows what my forehead looks like always makes fun of it.
Is it because they could line a fucking airplane on it?
Look, I didn't say that.
Is that what you were? But that's what you were insinuating, though.
But if I was going to say that, it'd probably be pretty big.
So, like, I have a Boeing 300. I guess I now know my landing zone.
Hmm.
I actually got made fun of a lot as a kid for having a big forehead.
There's plenty of room up there. Sometimes.
my cousins would all make a song about me being the rhinoceros forehead.
That's a new one. Usually people just call you billboards.
No, see, California, or at the very least my part of California, they're not satisfied with doing what everyone else does. No.
The hell does a rhinoceros? Like, there are easier analogies to use. Why would you go through the difficulty of making it harder to imagine? Isn't the point of, like, a reference to be something that's easily accessible?
It was to them. It was to them. I mean, to be fair, they called my brother Dumbo because he had big-ass ears in comparison to his face for a while.
Okay, that one's at least easy. Stupid, but easy. What's this one? Is this game right? No, this is best audio design. Oh, Half-Life Alyx is in here.
Oh, if Half-Life Alyx is in there for audio design, because that's the one where I think Resident Evil 3 is at audio design.
Yeah, no, it's in there.
If Half-Life Alyx is there, then Alex is probably going to take
I don't think it has a music score, though.
Okay, well, again, like, I know most of those games. I actually watched the full gameplay for Alex. I didn't play it myself because I'm not going to spend $200 on VR because VR is a fucking gimmick. It's why I don't buy Nintendo consoles. Fight me, Neo.
A gimmick? Oh, do you mean being cheated? Because just say cheat. It's easier than saying a word that has like 5 different definitions and everybody who says it means something else. I'm not triggered by that, of course. I'm not triggered. Not at all. Nope, not me.
You sure? You sound
Anyway.
Nintendo consoles are ass.
They're okay.
I mean, like, look,
I don't think any console is ass. Except for
Hasn't played
maybe
the Atari
like
Jaguar.
okay, dinosaur. We're not going back to the.
Hasn't played any Atari console in the past
What the hell is the Atari Jaguar?
I'm not sure it's called the Atari Jaguar or just the Jaguar. I'm pretty sure it's the Atari Jaguar, though. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong.
Just attach Atari to it, and I would have understood. You didn't Jaguar.
No, because not every Atari console is complete shit, though. There was a time when Atari made decent consoles.
Yeah, back when everybody was on their level. Or rather, when they were on everybody's level.
The Wii was good, but the rest... No, the Wii U was fine. The Wii U was a better console. The problem was that fucking they advertised it so stupidly.
It was better than the Wii functionally wise because, I mean, obviously they were able to circumvent a lot of those motion control problems.
The gamepad was
sales-wise though, and like emulator-wise, the Wii takes a pretty big shit on the Wii U because it was backwards compatible to the GameCube, and then the Wii Game Store was like so good.
The GameCube, the most overrated console in its entire existence.
No, I just meant like it had a couple good games. Like that was it.
I know. I'm just saying that the GameCube's just probably an overrated console.
But either one of those still did a better job of emulation than the Switch did. And the Switch has more money and funding behind it than any Nintendo console they've ever had in their history. So it's like, we really have to question where Nintendo's like brain is. It's like, we have all this money. We constantly, like, we don't reinvent new IP. Like, we just take an old IP and then reboot it. And then that's what we do, and we're good at that. And everybody's loyal to us.
Is Super Mario 3D All-Stars off the Switch store yet, or no?
I think it comes off in limited quantity by next year, in like sometime in spring.
Because I was gonna say, I know that's gonna disappear soon.
Yeah, it will.
Because apparently making a limited digital file is the smart consumer-friendly move.
Yeah, imagine thinking like, yeah, that's gonna drive up demand, or you leave it available, like all of your exclusives that are selling like hotcakes, and do it then. But no, that'd be too easy.
So looking kind of sus. Nah, guys, I'm not sus. I was in engineering.
I think Nintendo mistakens like the sales for like quality, because that might be the same. That's not so much the same mistake they're having with Smash Ultimate, because at least they improve that game. But I could definitely say that about something like Mario Kart 8, because Mario Kart 8's not even like fucking exclusive to the Switch. They just have a deluxe version on the Switch. It's basically an SE. Because the base version was sold on the Wii U. It's kind of like Breath of the Wild, where like you could already get it on a previous console. Its performance was just made better on the Switch.
Dude.
And it's just like great games that you can play on the Switch. It's just like I can play those on the Wii U.
I just fucking want King of Fighters All-Star to stop fucking like crashing on me so I can actually fucking play it. I haven't been able to farm crystals at all because
Impossible.
For fucking reals, fucking that mobile game just fucking crashes for everything.
The Switch is fodder. Agree with Mangler. I did not. I agree with one of those statements.
There's only one statement you can agree with.
Yes. I didn't say the Switch was fodder. I just said like I don't think it's like an amazing console. It does have some good exclusives like Super Mario Odyssey, Animal Crossing, and like Smash Ultimate. But like I only play Smash Ultimate. That's it. I don't.
You're not gonna throw Breath of the Wild in there? That's a little surprising.
That's not a Switch exclusive.
Breath of the
It's
Wild?
on the Wii U.
Is it?
Yes.
Hang on.
It was released for the Wii U.
Breath of the Wild. Oh wait, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, so Mario Kart 8.
Yep.
They were just made better. Yup. They're not Switch exclusives. And some of the best-selling games on the Switch. Like, damn. It's like the Shadow of Colossus nonsense, where you're like, hey... Well, I'm just using Shadow of Colossus as an example for PlayStation, because PlayStation doesn't really... Well, actually, no, PlayStation, we can do this. PlayStation did this, where they basically created a bunch of PS2
Angler, you're like I don't want you to go into a full fucking like lecture with you being fucking speaking spell, because then you have to repeat yourself again. Bartz is a super bland champion in this game, absolutely.
Okay.
You cut out there, Mangler.
Back. I said I have returned.
Okay. Let's see if
So,
you return.
I was gonna say the PS3 did something similar with their PlayStation 2 exclusives that were all bundled into a bunch of collections. It's just like, yeah, we have all these great exclusives. I'm like, yeah, the collection is exclusive, but I can just get the original games on the PS2. Like, why the fuck would I bother getting a new console? Like, it's kind of the same thing. Like here, like, yeah, I would prefer to play Smash Ultimate. Sure, but like, I'm not interested in Animal Crossing. I don't care about that type of genre. I don't really care about Super Mario Odyssey, and even if I did, why would I buy it when you just announced the collection for Super Mario? I don't think any of those games should be $20. Some of them should definitely be lower than that, and it being priced as $60 with no discount and having limited quality is fucking stupid. But I could at least argue that I'd get more value out of those three games combined than I would get out of Super Mario Odyssey as a whole. And neither one of them are going to go on sale anyway, so you're not really incentivizing me to buy it. Because, I mean, well, this might be a controversial opinion, but as an Xbox person who's also played on PlayStation and now has a Nintendo Switch, I don't like dropping $60 fucking every time I have to buy a new game.
I usually wait for sales now, or like fucking just pay for Game Pass. Okay, so hang on. Before I let Mangler continue with this tirade here, two things. No, Vaughn is still better than Sephiroth. Vaughn might be shit. I hate his design, but I would rather use Vaughn over Sephiroth repeatedly. Because Sephiroth just deals no damage. Vaughn sucks, but at least he deals damage. The
PS2 backwards. Yeah, it was backwards compatible to PS1.
It's probably the best backwards compatibility in any console because you could just pop the disc in no problem and play any PS1 game on the PS2.
Except for Xbox Ones, of course, because Xbox One had the same backwards compatibility, just had a larger list of titles.
Wait. So like, okay, so I have an Xbox Series S. Could I fucking grab my 360 and put it in and play just fine?
It depends. Is it a digital only version?
No, it's a disc version.
Yeah, no, you should be able to. Just check the list to find out. Yeah, check the list to find out which games are compatible. Because not all, even if a console is backwards compatible, every single one has a limited number of titles. So check and find out first.
I've never known a game on the PS1 that could not be run on the PS2.
Yeah, well, there's always exceptions to everything, no matter how early you go back. Granted, the corners that
example of that.
the corners get cut significantly further away the earlier you go back. But like,
the only games I guarantee you that couldn't be backwards compatible were games released only in Japan.
I mean, that's a limit, is it not?
Fuck off! That's not a real fucking limit.
I didn't get my Mother 3.
That was only on. Was that even on the PS1?
I don't know. I was just talking as an example for like Nintendo stuff where they're just like, hey, you give me NES and fucking.
To be fair, I think the reason they never released Mother 3 is because of what happens at the end to fucking Lucas.
Sure. I don't even play the games. I'm just using that as an example. There's so many other ones that I could throw out there. Mango, do you scale Skullgirls? I don't play Skullgirls, so you know the answer to that question.
No one here plays Skullgirls, unfortunately. It's like the one fighting game I've never touched.
Dude, wait. I've got a perfect fighting game right now. Hang on. Let me find it. Let me hold up. Hold on to your britches.
I'll check with Neo.
Are you holding on?
I told you check with Neo to begin with. Neo's your best bet here, because I know Banglers don't really play all that many fighting games that aren't fucking called Smash. Do you even play any of the PS exclusive fighting games or no?
The PlayStation ones?
Yeah, because I know you don't play any of the fighting games on Xbox.
I mean, I'm not sure what you mean by PlayStation ones, because most
like
fighting games are multi. Oh, I don't really play multi-platform ones. No.
Well, no, I know.
Or no, not multi-platforms. Exclusive ones outside of like Smash.
I would say outside of Smash.
And the only ones that I've played like frequently are like Marvel vs. Capcom, Tekken, Smash, and like Fighters. But that's really it. I don't really play Street Fighter or Guilty Gear or King of Fighters or any of those other ones.
Yeah, no, I get it. Wasting your fucking time playing fucking Tekken. Disgusting.
I put it in meme chat, but I'll put it in voice chat for this stream. For stream text, so that way you guys can enjoy it. So let me read this to you guys. So for Street Fighter, it's just like choose one game, and it's got like pros and cons, and it's like Street Fighter, you'll never run out of people to play with. Older games in the series were perfect and beloved by all. But then the news are everybody hates the newest game no matter what. They're never gonna bring back Third Strike, bro. It's never coming back. And then Tekken is your IQ is 150. Your ability to memorize arbitrarily long lists of things like King's move or how to break every character's throws.
Yep.
Pros. Cons. After 6 months, you will develop crippling carpal tunnel from repeated KBD inputs. It will never go away. Your father will try to kill you.
Sounds about right.
Multi-gear. Your mix-up game becomes god tier. Flawless understanding of both English and heavy metal. Cons. Everybody says they love your game, but nobody will ever play it with you. You will no longer understand how normal people wear clothes. What is a neutral? Okay. Melty Blood. I don't know what this one is, but maybe anybody can help me out here.
I'm gonna look this one up. I think I might know what this one is. Melty Blood. I think this is an old ass one.
The Guilty Gear one got me.
So this is a Windows fighting game. What the fuck? It's an anime fighter. I've never even heard of this one before. Continue.
Yeah, don't worry. Killer Instinct is next after this one. So, Melty Blood is anime becomes real. but only a really specific type from the edgy late 90s to early 2000s anime.
That's the
You
best
know,
one.
like Elfen Lied or Serial Experiments Lane or that sort of thing. Those are the pros. The cons are you have to explain to your parents what a waifu is, and you will never escape poverty. These are oddly specific.
The only one that actually matters is you have to explain to your parents what a waifu is. I think that's the worst one.
So there's a whole bunch of pros for Killer Instinct, but there's a couple cons as well. Killer Instinct, your combos don't stop until you say they stop. You will literally never stop winning. Negatives, your game is almost 10 years old and will probably never get a sequel. Even if it does, Xbox exclusivity will probably kill it again. Wait, there's one more pro. Oh shit, you can play as the Arbiter. Never mind, this game rocks.
No, straight up, fucking the actual Xbox exclusives fucking Killer Instinct got were top tier material. They got ROM from Gears of War and they got the Arbiter.
I only played Killer Instinct for a little bit and I didn't really like it.
You didn't like the game?
No. Yeah, I just didn't like how it moved. But then again, that was before I got into like fighting games as a whole. So
I've never played Killer
changed
Instinct, but I wanted to just because they had fucking ROM and the Arbiter in it. Are Squirrel Girls?
I had no idea that there was like exclusivity.
Well, okay, so what I mean by... so Killer Instinct is an Xbox exclusive game. It's like one of their only exclusive fighting games. They're trying to get Koei Tecmo Games to give them Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden right now. If they get Dead or Alive as an exclusive, it's going to do fucking nothing for Xbox. Like, I'll like it because that means Dead or Alive 7's confirmed, but it's not going to do them any favors. Skullgirls, Blaze Blue, and Guilty Gear, are they the only fighting games that don't have plots that didn't involve tournaments? Technically, Mortal Kombat 11 kind of dropped the tournament angle, but I guess it does technically involve real tournaments to an extent.
Technically, Smash doesn't have tournaments involved.
Oh, it's not wrong, actually, so you could go with Smash.
Yeah, they're just, random intergalactic battles to the death.
Is that not what you normally do on a Tuesday?
Okay, you know what?
I mean, like, listen, if you're weak, you can just let me know. I won't judge you for it.
So, King of Fighters. Your pros. You gain incredible dexterity. Master of the fabled pretzel motion.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that is. Terry Bogard gives you his hat. Okay? Your negatives, though. The most famous thing your series will ever be known for is inspiring Smash Bros. Every time you make a joke about all King of Fighter players being Mexican, King of Fighters 5 is delayed by another week. I don't know what that one is about.
Okay, so that's because okay, so you haven't seen about
I don't play half of these.
No, okay, so I can explain that one. So, like, if you even look up King of Fighters material on YouTube, it's mainly going to be done by Hispanic people.
Okay.
Like, even the lore videos I watched were done by Mexicans, and I'm like, alright, well, this is interesting, I'm down, I understand what they're saying, but this is interesting. This is a first.
Okay, so this one, people might not know this as much. Samurai Showdown.
And one of the cons better be just a shittier King of Fighters.
So, the pros are complete mastery of grounded footsies.
Yeah.
Will never lose your cool and rush at an opponent early. Negatives, dude, you gotta attack at some point. Time's running out. Is your controller fucking disconnected or something?
Yeah, sounds all right.
Can't be. Okay, so Marvel vs. Capcom. Plus, your skills are respected by all, and King of the Arcade. And then I think this is a neutral one, because this is plus and negative. You can hear Yipes commentating on everything you do. Negatives, you become haunted by the ghost of Marvel. Cursed with fortune until you play a set with him and win. I don't know what that is.
That'd be reference to a specific character.
Okay. Smash Bros. Pros, play as cool characters from all your favorite Nintendo franchise. Also Minecraft Steve. Negatives, you forget how to wash. Chris Hansen will hunt you down like the creature from It Follows.
I don't know know where
Also,
that
hey,
came
buddy.
from for the wash one. Since you're a Smash player, do you know that?
So it's basically a joke that Smash players don't like use deodorant or shower or whatever. They're kind of stinky. And it's the same meme for like Yu-Gi-Oh players.
No, I get that, but like, where did that come
It
from?
happens for a couple different. I don't know exactly. I think it just came from like occasionally one person here or there at a couple different locals walking by someone that probably smelled bad, and then one of those people went on the internet, started talking about it, and then other people were like, "Yeah, absolutely, that
All
there are
Smash
certainly people."
players smell bad.
I mean, it probably got started as a meme. That's usually how memes seem to start.
So
One person. Yo, go ahead.
Go ahead. Mangler smells bad. Well, he does play Smash.
Yep, you heard it here. I was going to say, usually all it takes is one person to complain about something on the internet in a specific way, and then people to pay attention to it, and then memes can usually be formed.
So, a little off topic, but you know how a while back they released a structure deck for the Sacred Beast archetype?
Yeah.
So I finally opened my 3 boxes after like 4 months of having them on the floor to build the deck, because like my mom was like throwing away the boxes and shit. And there are actually a lot of good cards in that structure deck.
Did you just order that? Just like, oh, because COVID passes. It's like, this is probably decontaminated. No, I don't need to touch it now. Just gotta be safe.
So,
Two more months passed.
I didn't.
Wasn't the thing I was supposed to do?
I didn't touch it originally for COVID because, like, give it like a week and it's fine. But then I couldn't play Yu-Gi-Oh with my friends, so I never bothered making the actual fucking deck. The actual
Marvel vs. Capcom. It's a cool game until Virgil got in.
So I actually mained Virgil because I liked Virgil, and my brother would main Dante, and it would. So I learned early on that Virgil was a lot better than Dante because I could beat my brother with a lot less moves. My brother was not a top tier Dante player, but I was nowhere near a top tier Virgil player, so it was pretty.
You can beat every character in that game playing Virgil with like 6 moves.
Because he only has 6 moves.
Technically, he has like 24, but
no,
he only needs 6.
No, he fucking doesn't. The only fucking move I never actually use with Virgil because it had that stupid ass fucking, I think it's the pretzel motion, is the fucking rapid slash. The rapid slash was so fucking stupid, fucking mad.
No, the rapid slash, the rapid slash like has that weird like the input for it is really weird, but it's like amazing as an assist, and it also
assist was great.
It also sweeps underneath the ground. So you can like sweep people in the middle of their combo, or when they're in end lag, and then you can combo it into a round trip, or you can combo it into a high time from round trip, and then into infinite.
Rapid slash was goated. Yeah, no, like Virgil and fucking Marvel's Capcom is probably the best character there in terms of just being busted as fuck. I tried playing.
Which is funny because his rapid slash was only like in like DMC3, but then they're just like, let's make that better. a little too good.
I love the way it's the tone you said it in is just perfect.
Well, because it's not bad. It's good, but it's like
we can do better.
They could do better. DMC4 is like, yeah. I never
played anyone who knew how to use Dr. Doom effectively because everyone's like Dr. Doom's the most busted character, but I never fucking understood that.
Foot die.
I remember that one. That's one I fucking remember for sure.
He also has that stupid like OTG where he slams his fist on the ground and knocks you back into the air.
That one was fucking stupid. I remember that one. Fuck that one. Most people I played with Dr. Doom kept dropping their combo though, so I think they saw people play Dr. Doom on YouTube, and then thought I can do that.
He also has that stupid super that he has. Like he flexes over his fingers and they shoot in like both different directions. So if he's in the corner of the screen, he always has coverage.
Fuck that one.
Even if he's caught in the in lag and you're still blocking, unless you're Virgil and you've like teleported, or you blocked it at the last second with an assist, and then you teleported right in sync, you're pretty much never going to catch him. even if he's in the end lag of it, because he'll get out of it before you get to him. So
Does
he's
Edward
completely
have-
safe,
does Edward
and he
have-
can't be punished.
I'm gonna go ahead and swap out Edward, but I think he doesn't have enough. So let's go ahead and just swap over to Celis now.
How to be a basic fuck in Marvel vs. Capcom. Step 1, pick Zero. Step 2, pick Dante. Step 3, pick Virgil. Step 4, make sure everybody unplug their router.
I mean, that's the only way you're gonna escape that. Zero was not good. I'll say this right now. Zero was kind of ass.
What game were you playing? Like, Zero has, like, fucking absurd movement and, like, hitbox sizes. The dude would teleport all over the screen, and he had a basic super that was an OTG.
Dude, what game were you playing?
Zero was like the third or fourth best character in that game.
Fuck
And Zero, I can actually hit Sentinel. Get the fuck out of here. Sentinel is like the.
It's because his keep away game's just not strong enough. That's why you're hating Sentinel. You're not really...
Sentinel's just like rocket punch, assist.
Rocket punch.
Wait, I don't have any super. Guess I lose. Dante can combo you to death. He can, but Dante is basically what a lot of Doom players assume their character to be: someone with actual brain power.
Doom had. I'll say this: I didn't experience a truly strong Doom, but Doom had stupid damage numbers.
Sentinel was always broken. Look, just because you're not better than Zero, Virgil, or Doom doesn't mean you're not broken. It's just every character in Marvel vs. Capcom. No, every character in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, if you stuck them into any other Marvel vs. Capcom game, would body the entire fucking cast.
Kind of does.
Completely.
Kind of does.
Okay, it's just one is on a scale of 1 to 10 of how broken you are. One of everybody else is like a 5, and Virgil is like a 20, and then Doom is like an 11, and Zero is like a 9. So that's the difference. Is that we're all broken.
I've always wanted to buy Marvel vs. Capcom 3 just to stream it a bit, but I've never actually bought it on sale.
It's gone on sale a couple times. Like I wouldn't mind. Like I would probably just play Deadpool, Nova, and Dormammu. I really like Deadpool in that game. Deadpool is so fun, and he's also hilarious.
I don't understand why you like Deadpool's comedy so much. That's the one thing I don't understand about you. Deadpool's not that funny to me.
Well, I just find him to be entertaining. That's it. Like he's amusing.
No, Cell,
he's also
please don't absorb all the magic damage.
He's also got some really neat combos, and his like animations are really like on point with his character. They're really satisfying to watch.
You want to know what's satisfying to watch? A Phoenix Wright player get the full fucking...
Everybody watches Phoenix Wright. They're just like, this is justice. Like getting all the items.
When have you seen those Phoenix Wright gets the last piece of evidence?
Have you seen that video that's like Phoenix Wright patch buffs, and it's like, I submit that like we buff Phoenix Wright so that he can pick up all pieces of evidence in one go. Because there's truly nothing more fair than him having the ability to do this with no offensive capabilities. Also, I believe that he should be capable of moving forward and attacking when his secretary is thrown out. Because, again, no offensive capabilities. There's nothing wrong with this.
I actually never knew how to play Phoenix Wright directly. I remember one time I got 2 pieces of evidence, and I shot beams of lasers out, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Nova can be annoying too. Centurion Arts! Centurion Arts! That's Nova right there. Which character had the funniest quote against another character? Anyone who talks shit to fucking, probably fucking Jean Grey had the funniest quotes. Because like most characters were getting stomped by Jean Grey. Oh, can we talk about how fucking stupid Jean Grey
in Marvel vs. Capcom?
Yeah. Also fuck zoners like Hawkeye. Fuck Jean Grey. She was so fucking useless at the time. And they made her more
Hawkeye was fine. Hawkeye was so weird and unorthodox with his combos and like his inputs. If you played any other character than played Hawkeye, you're like, what the fuck is this zoning? Like you could play Magneto, that's a zoner. Because Disruptor and like all his stupid like grabs and shit. You play Hawkeye and you're like, I actually have to practice zoning?
What happened?
Like
how much money?
Jean Grey's damage output is dumb though.
I mean,
she's
it's
like,
dumb, but like she literally has the lowest HP in the entire fucking game.
She does, but then you realize X Factor's in the game. You're like, this is not.
Okay, fucking just don't let Jean Grey fucking escape your combo.
So what happens when they put Jean Grey last, and you kill all your entire team, and she's got like 4 super bars, and then you hit her,
she gets the
and then she's just like, and then she's just like, I can't control it, Phoenix Familiar, and then X Factor, and you're like, well, fuck, now I'm fighting Virgil.
If you get X Factor and Dark Phoenix, if you get Dark Phoenix, that's your win condition, is Dark Phoenix. The problem is that Dark Phoenix inherently is so hard to get out half the time.
It is, but not if your entire team is dead already, because at that point you've got at least 2 bars.
I sacrificed them for power.
You're over here like, fucking guy, but I sacrificed 2 of my monsters to summon the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon.
Not even, because technically Jean Grey has to die in order to get Dark Phoenix, so you sacrifice 3 cards to summon your fucking God card.
It's perfectly fine, because then you stack X Factor on top of it. And then you're just like, kill me. Do it now. Do it.
Virgil plus Devil Trigger times X Factor, fucking stop gaming in general.
Dude, Virgil plus Devil Trigger plus X Factor is like... You look at Dark Phoenix and you're like, alright, that's pretty good. But, can you stack additional supers on top of your broken form? Virgil's just like, yes.
I like that. I sacrificed my teammates for power, Virgil, first time.
Virgil's just like, yeah, but I'm already top tier in the game, and I don't have to do that to become top tier. So what happens when a top tier character gets the same... This would be like... This is like if you have a like Smash Ultimate, for example, where Joker's already top tier, and you're taking a character like in this analogy, Joker's like the second best character in the game, and Joker is Virgil, and Jean Grey is like Lucario, where like at a base level she sucks, but then you damage her enough and take away all of her resources and assets, and she finally becomes like deadly after you've hit her like a million times. But Joker's already that good to begin with.
Borderlands is getting a season 2 pass? A season 2 fucking season pass? That's pretty, what?
Magneto was awesome. Magneto was cancer. He was still good at the game. He was just fucking cancer. Because he was just noob spam. He was just like, Disruptor.
Oh yeah, can I say how fucking stupid it is that Borderlands 3 directly confirmed they're not gonna add new Vault Hunters? They're only gonna they'll never add new Vault Hunters to the game. That was so fucking stupid. Don't mind me. Just get 5 bars and die and switch her out.
Yup. I'm trying to remember, does her Phoenix Familiar takes all of her 5 bars, right?
Yeah. In order to get Dark Phoenix, you have to have all 5 bars ready to go.
Yeah, and then by definition of that, Virgil's DTX factor is vastly superior, because he only has to significantly improve his frame data with 1 super, and he can have at least 3 bars. But if you play a team with like Frank West, and you have Frank West use the pick-me-up and give you like extra, you'll have like 4 or 5 super by the time you flip into Virgil. And it's like, wow, I'm already a top tier character. Plus buff, plus top tier buff.
Okay, so now Phoenix can heal plus X Factor, which she will heal instantly, plus massive chip damage and teleportation. Virgil's teleportation too, so like that doesn't.
Virgil can heal fast as well though, and Virgil can also teleport in base faster already, which gets buffed by X Factor and that. So Virgil already like every single thing except for Virgil's chip damage is decent in that. But Virgil doesn't have to hit you from behind block. He can simply turn off your block by throwing round and then you're fucked. Because your character has to turn around to target him based on the camera. Which means the round trip is now in their back. Which means they're taking damage, which means Virgil has now killed you. because he has touched you, and that means you're dead.
He has touched you,
Or is it like
you are dead?
yeah. Phoenix kills you via a war of attrition. She teleports in Jace, but nobody gives a shit about Jean Grey's teleport.
Okay,
Versus teleport breaks the game.
Jean Grey is only good when she gets Dark Phoenix, because otherwise you die in 2 seconds. Like a pebble could hit you and you die.
So her Phoenix super is decent, and some of her moves are pretty decent. She's not the worst character in the game. She's definitely above, like, but it's like.
What would you say is the worst then?
Trying to remember. I didn't explore all the meta of most of the characters. Mainly just the high and top tiers. I just don't remember Jean Grey being up there. But she definitely wasn't the worst.
Oh, here, let me look at meta chart. Let me see who's referred to as the worst character.
Mangler's the worst character? Probably. Well, the problem is that every single one of the strengths that Jean gets in Dark Phoenix. I was gonna say Ryan about it. He's in Ko. I was gonna say I remember people saying she was the worst character.
You know what? I think the game came out too early, so there's not like a tier list you can use for it. There's a tier list for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Apparently, Chris is the worst character in the game. He gets his own tier. It's a Chris tier. I've never played Infinite.
Infinite's alright.
Well, you are over here saying it's pretty fucking... You were saying it was actually pretty good. You're like the only person I've talked to who actually admits the game was actually pretty good.
Well, yeah, because I've actually played it.
This is like one of the... Not to take a page from Ryan's book then.
Yeah. Well, this is a page from like everybody's book, because most people shit on games that they've seen like footage of. They're like, oh, what is that animation? Must be garbage, and it's like.
Okay, so regarding the argument here of Jean Grey versus Virgil, or Jean Grey being better than Virgil, potentially being as good, the problem with Jean Grey is her conditions to get good are way harder than Virgil's to get a hold of.
So if you put them next to each other, yeah, it's true. Either one of them in that situation could fucking murder each other, and it depends on the skill of the player. The problem is that Virgil in base is way stronger than her in base. So you're basically giving them like similar conditions, but like Virgil doesn't need X Factor to wipe an entire team. Virgil with Devil Trigger can wipe an entire team, and just a little bit of super. You could just hold off X Factor, and then when he starts getting weak, give him X Factor, give back his super, and then stack
balance the game very well.
Or if character is Spencer, I lost a lot to Spencer, so that surprises me. But then again, I wasn't good enough to play competitively.
The worst character being Spencer, I could completely agree on that one. I could completely agree. Spencer was ass. I would have sent Dormammu, but Dormammu has some decent zoning, even without his whole power of the destroyer, power of the creator. Fucking meteor shower!
Spikes, fire, explosions.
Okay, so if I remember correctly,
yeah,
it's 3 powers of the destroyer give you the meteor, not the meteor shower. They give you the volcano at the ground, right? Three powers of the destroyer.
It's something like that. It's combinations of power of the creator and power of the destroyer.
I remember it's 2 power of the creator, 1 power of the destroyer that gives you the meteor shower. There's a ground one you can do with power of destroyer and creator. I don't remember what combo got you that one though.
No, he's got some really cool combos with like power of the creator and power of the destroyer. It makes him not ass. He also has liberation. It's either liberation or purification, whichever the dark pillars are that come out of the ground, either in front to a medium distance or a long distance. He could do those with dark hole as well.
Imagine using Iron Man. Imagine.
Iron Man was like pretty decent once you put in Smart Bomb.
Why
and then you just
hurry?
A gun versus Virgil. Yeah, I know. That's why Chris never fights Virgil.
Man,
Virgil already wins.
Talking a lot of shit about Lester, despite the fact that Lester was basically like Diet Virgil.
Diet Virgil. And Virgil looks over here. Where's your force edge?
Okay. So if I remember correctly, the 2 blue, 1 red is the meteor shower. The 2 red, 1 blue is the spike. 3 red, I believe, is just like... What the fuck is 3 red? I
Why do you
never played
remember more
Dormammu that
about
often.
Dormammu?
What?
Why do you remember more about Dormammu than I do when I played him more often?
I played Dormammu like maybe 5 fucking times, but I thought it was really cool that interaction with his ability. So I fucking like.
Oh yeah, he's like one of the only characters in the game that has something like that.
3 red makes you not okay. See, yeah. So 3 red makes the floor not jumpable, so you can just fucking zone them out hard. We both watched the Red vs. Blue Death Battle. I was disappointed in it. I don't know what maybe was disappointed in it.
I was disappointed in the ending and certain portions of the fight as well.
I was disappointed that they didn't confirm whether or not the Tex robots scale the Tex or not. That was my biggest disappointment.
It wouldn't even matter because they weren't even fighting them seriously. If you watch the fight, they moved slowly. They walked towards them.
No, you're fucking
Yes.
wrong. Oh,
Yes.
We are not doing this in front of the people, Mingler. We've had this discussion behind closed doors.
We're not yelling in front of the kids.
3 blues and explosion? What?
Yeah, you blow up the screen.
What about Nemesis?
He says
Nemesis
like
was
grind
God
to
tier.
dust something.
Nemesis was God tier. 100% God tier.
Nemesis was rocket launcher bait.
Nemesis was hentai fucking bait that never fully succeeded because there's. I thought that battle.
Nemesis had a fuck ton of health, way too much health in
They
that
talked
game.
about Simmons having more speed.
What were they
and
thinking?
applied in the fight. I think they were only I think they were scaling everyone to each other. So yes,
Which wasn't even how the fight. That wasn't even how the fight worked.
Texting. Well, I think the voice actor for Tex already quit a long time ago, and I don't think they're gonna try and replace her. I think they're just gonna let Tex die in the series as a whole.
And she kind of died with like season 6, to be honest.
Dude, fucking Caboose's new voice actor is fucking awful.
Are those the actual voice actors for Red vs. Blue, or are those replacement ones for Screw Attack that they use for like?
I don't know if they're the original voice actors. I think Sarge was the original guy. I don't. According to Kyle, it was the original voice actor for Church. I'm not gonna level up right now. I'll come back to it later if I start the EX Cluster.
Yeah, he told me he just hasn't done Church in a while.
No, Caboose's voice actor did not quit. That's a misconception. He got outright fired. We don't know the reason why he got fired, but he got fired. So I know for sure that probably wasn't Caboose. I know Bernie quit, but I think he also still is willing to do freelance work with them. Arthur was asked too. Oh, Arthur and fucking Arthur Motors Capcom was fucking terrible.
Arthur was like, throw your freaking spears my way so that I can get this stupid little rip-off Soul Fist that's like way weaker.
Oh, yeah. So here's how you went with Arthur. You first see...
I totally didn't get killed by that a million times or anything.
You fucking suck, dude. No,
dude, just play Morgan. She's just got Soul Fist. It's way better. Soul Fist, clone yourself, double Soul Fist, missiles.
The cloning yourself is fucking bullshit because you couldn't really defend at that point.
It's just like, hey, look, you're just a perpetual round trip.
A little off topic, but can I say that Trish's ending cutscene was kind of fucking weird?
Why does she try to kill Nightcrawler? And Nightcrawler's just like, for the last time, for a line, I'm not a demon. Heard it all before.
No. So
like...
I was referring to like the end game cutscene for Trish, like after you win a fight.
Oh, I thought you meant like her ending when she beats Galactus.
Oh yeah, her ending was fucking weird, like completely out of left fucking field.
Just like, I'm just gonna kill Nightcrawler because I think he's a demon. Because
Even
demons teleport. This guy teleports. We'll see. Demons teleport. This guy teleports. Therefore, this guy must be a demon.
Trish ending didn't make sense. No, you're not wrong. Oh, this is gonna be
flawless logic, guys. Flawless logic. When you're talking about when people beat Trish, because I think when people beat Trish, it's like it's dependent on which character they are.
No, okay. So what happens is with Trish, it zooms in on her chest, and then she pulls out glasses from her breasts.
Yeah, and they kind of like wiggle. afterwards.
Yeah, no. The reason I say it's kind of weird is because, like, she never does anything like that in the actual series itself. Like, why is that her ending?
Because Trish by herself and the artwork that she's chosen for the main games is already enough fan service just walking around. We simply couldn't handle it if she did anything like that.
I mean, I understand that, but it's just kind of weird that, like, she just doesn't get on her motorcycle or something.
Iron Fist or Nova, who is more busted?
Nova.
I remember Nova being more busted because Nova has projectiles.
Yeah, Iron Fist. Iron Fist was... Actually, I wouldn't even say Iron Fist was good. I never ran into a good Iron Fist.
Iron Fist was just like, here, wave my hands, and then like random effects. I don't even remember what they were. It's so long.
T-Virus Jean Grey? You mean just the main character of the Resident Evil movies? Yeah, I said it.
Does everybody remember Doctor Strange?
I could not play Doctor Strange, but he had some decent moves.
Every time you get hurt, the computer is just like, hey, you got off... It's like, you're in the air, or you got hit off the ground, and you're in, like, knockback. Shuttle mission. Like, super coming up from the ground. And it's like, why is your base super in OTG? That's also instantaneous. Why?
What big
Like,
cool scene was get Zero out of there, put Sentinel.
Sentinel is not that strong! God!
Can someone look up a tier list and confirm if Sentinel is above fucking Zero or not?
His main utility was an assist. Imagine thinking you're like a top 5 when you're an assist. You're an assist. There are other characters that can... Like, did Sentinel determine the meta? Did Sentinel determine the meta? No.
Did Zero determine the meta? Because I didn't play in the high meta ring, so
Zero was like anti-meta.
Okay,
because the
the
entire meta revolved around like stopping Virgil. Everybody thinks it was like Doctor Doom, Zoom. No. All the other like top 10 characters in the game had teams designed around them and methods designed around them specifically for the purpose of countering Virgil. And each other, but mainly Virgil.
Zero would sneeze on Sentinel.
He would sneeze on Sentinel because Sentinel would never touch him. Like, he's so big. He's so slow. He has so much end lag.
I mean,
he's good as an assist. He's good as an assist because when he fires in a rocket punch, he has like multiple hitboxes on it.
No, Sentinel was only broken. Sentinel was only broken in vanilla, not updated Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Sentinel in base Marvel vs. Capcom's damage output was like little too silly.
Okay, but
thinking of Virgil is basically
Meta was only good in Brawl though. Like, I mean, he's still good in the other games, but he was only busted in Brawl, from what I understand.
Yeah. Well, also he got less busted once they had like rule sets for He was still the best character in the game, but he got significantly less busted as the rule sets adjusted. Because like the main problem with Meta Knight is that originally there were a lot of like non-FD stages. So since Brawl buffed recoveries insanely, like Meta Knight could Meta Knight could basically just fly around for a gajillion years, and you could never catch him, and he would just time you out after he poked you once. Okay. Because he had vastly superior frame data to everybody.
Okay, so I have to stop you right here for a minute. Not you specifically, Mangler, but Azra. Okay, so Azra, a lot of fighting game people do this, but they don't tell you they do this. But a lot of fighting game people who talk about it, when they reference a character, they usually reference a character at their peak of bullshit. So just because someone says that Virgil's worse than Sentinel, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're referring to Sentinel as he was in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That might just be referencing Sentinel when he was busted.
So you guys will need to look up like videos and information to find out which characters. I can't tell you all of them. I know Dante was nerfed from Vanilla.
Yeah.
And Dormammu was nerfed. But there were characters, a significant amount of characters that were nerfed from Vanilla, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 to Ultimate. Sentinel was one of those that was nerfed. I remember him being significantly harder to fight in Verge.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just that, again, like, fighting game people will tell you this, but they will talk about a character at the peak of their ability, not when they're out of it. Which is really fucking stupid. I like Dante ending. You give me triple. You tool.
Oh yeah, when he's threatening Mephisto, he's just like, you know what? Oh, it's like, oh, there's a demon who's troubling me. All right, done. But you're gonna pay me triple for being such a tool, or something. Mephisto basically tries to sneak up on him and say, like, I could bring up I could bring your mother back. I could even mend relations with your brother. And Dante's just like, you know what? I could just kill you right now, or you could give me a job that helps me pay my bills. Your choice. And Mephisto's like,
Dante in Marvel vs. Capcom is probably way stronger than most versions of Dante because well, okay, so the argument on the table most people make against Dante is that we don't know if the characters he fights are actually as strong as like their stronger variations. I believe that's the same argument fucking Cyber makes.
isn't Mephisto as strong as Mundus? Well, how can DMC3... This is Marvel vs. Capcom. This isn't canon, Dante.
Yeah, because he already knows Trish and shit. I think we're getting our 3 free turns right now? Yeah, we are getting our 3 free turns. Excellent. Well, so, again, the problem is that people will just argue that, like, okay, so they're not as strong as, like, their actual strong variations. You really can't win with a lot of people when it comes to things like this. If he says SMT is canon, they'll just downgrade SMT Dante. They won't upgrade SMT Dante.
Oh, that's so funny, but it's actually true.
Okay,
I'll be like, yeah, no, this is done. SMT is below universal.
That's the only way. Never lose. Never surrender. I'm gonna check and see what fighting games are actually out on Xbox right now, because all this fighting game talk makes me want to play a fighting game right now. Do I really only have Dead or Alive right now as a fighting game? Yeah, because I deleted Power Rangers recently, because I couldn't get into it. We're almost done with the farming here, so I might swap over, because we're actually... Oh, wait, does Ashley go again? I think Ashley needs to go again. Fuck. What if he confirmed Bayonetta and Dante share the same universe? Dante can't... That
would fuck a lot of shit up.
Who knows? Maybe Bayonetta 3 will fix that whenever it comes out.
But then Pseudo confirms that right before it comes out, and then like Bayo's just like, actually.
I do not have Tekken downloaded on any of my consoles, even though it is on Game Pass. I don't think Skullgirls is on Xbox. If it is, I don't have it. I wouldn't have it.
Just get Tekken 6. And then we can play together.
What? For 5 fucking minutes before you run out of gold again?
Yes! Of course! I actually have gold right now.
Are you fucking kidding me? I just got done deleting the Master Chief Collection. Are you fucking kidding me? We could have actually fucking...
I said gold, not Game Pass.
Oh, alright, thank you.
Yeah.
Bayo fans, so DMC is canon, so she can finally be Dante? Dante mains. That's where you're wrong, kiddo. Even if Bayonetta was to be canon to DMC, she still has worse feats than Dante.
What would that... Like, guys, DMC being canon to DMC, like, what would that even mean? Like, when would that take place? Oh, so, like, there's a new ruler of Inferno who's being used as her summon. Congratulations, all the other rulers of Inferno, we're getting flattened by Dante. Lucia can beat Bayo. Technically, Trish can also beat Bayo. And Griffin. And Phantom.
Yeah. Wait, Phantom? No, I wouldn't say Phantom.
Yeah.
Phantom?
Mm-hmm.
You're really going to say Phantom means Bayonetta?
Yep. I'm sorry, does Bayo have infinite speed? I'm sorry?
Virtual season are held to get
does Bayo have consistent tiering at Solar System? Or even star level? No.
You're such a fucking dick.
Virgil sees another hell to get power. It's free real estate. Bayo doesn't even get star level with the eye. She doesn't even get there. They didn't destroy the star. Jubilee is just burned in the star. That's less than star level. Stars are not consistently Stars need to take time to burn away a planet. They're not like, oh, it's so bad.
Mangler just downplayed.
3 better get me some upgrades, or I'm gonna be pissed. Bayo 3 better get me some upgrades, or I'm gonna be angry.
Well, I'll tell you
I'm
what,
gonna be livid.
You can be angry when Bayo 3 actually comes out.
Yes.
If it ever does, because that's still up in the air.
I have a Switch.
I mean, you'll be able to play it. Probably the only person who ever played Bayo.
Well, there'll also be a problem that I still don't want to buy a $60 game.
Jubileus crushes the planet that proceeds to sneeze on Bayonetta. Yeah, no, again, like, if you're going to argue for the ending cutscene there, I'm waiting for Visions of V to buff DMC, but it's already buffed V. What more do you want?
Technically, all Visions of E needs to say is like, "Hey, well, what do you want? What do you want Visions of E to buff though? Because it's already buffed like
Mangler,
various."
I want to say Nero is actually Demon King level.
Honestly, I mean, besides that, I would like some.
Living in the past.
I would like some Trish buffs too.
Why would you
Real
want
quick.
for Trish? Oh, dude.
Because I can never use Trish.
Dude, so we haven't read the second Fortuna novel, but apparently it confirms that silver is a weakness to demons. So Lady can kill werewolves now. Confirmed.
You fucking werewolves in DMC.
That's why there are no werewolves in DMC, because Lady's killed them all.
Yeah, she killed them and ate them.
That's where Lady's power comes from. She actually eats fucking werewolves.
Is
It's
Lady
not
planet
cannibalism 'cause they're
level?
werewolves.
I mean, Zim, can we get her to planet? Can we do it?
Actually,
What statement? Search the games. Find me a statement.
We'll find it.
No.
It
I
exists.
can't.
Dryland is real,
So-
Mangler. I have seen it.
The only statement you could ever get of like maybe street level is like if you assume if you wounded Virgil
Trish
and
kills
block
Lady. Therefore, Lady is above planet level. I said that wrong.
Well, you see this cutscene. She did cut one hair of Trish's one strand of Trish's hair.
She's also
Trish's infinite
capable
speed.
of reacting
So
to Trish's attacks that demons can't react to. Therefore, she is a period of normal demons. Fight.
The funny thing is, Zim takes this argument seriously.
I'll argue it, dude. Lady's not fucking human. They can go fuck themselves. She's not just.
No, she's above human, but she's not like.
Dude,
She's not even anything
you don't
like
get stabbed in
above
the
like
leg
small
like
building
that,
level.
Mangler, and get back up like it's nothing.
No. I'm saying she's not above like small building level or anything.
You're
She
right.
doesn't have anything above
She's
that. She's not like
vastly beyond it.
ladies over here just like stabbing Burial in the eye, and he's just like, I've met my match.
Lady is Virgil's arm wounded level. I mean,
What does that even mean?
Virgil wounded is still superior to demons who technically would have infinite speed, so therefore Lady would have infinite speed.
Virgil, she wasn't even strong enough to fight Virgil in 3. Virgil's just like, what are you doing here? Got it. But in Zim's interpretation of that scene, it's just like. I was about to say, just like, hey, honey, what you doing here?
So, like, did you leave Nero with the baby sister or something? Because, like, why are you here?
Waiting Capcom to do justice to Lucia.
Fucking
I mean-
never.
I just got to give her like one statement, but they did confirm she's been training for the entire like 10 years since DMC2. So
I mean, so the only
she's
way-
at least. Well, I was gonna say she's at least much stronger than Trish.
Yeah, but, like, I mean, if she's not Demon King level, does she even really matter?
Well, with the DMC2 1 to 4 graphic arts book, I can definitely.
I mean, I personally scale Lucia
maybe-
to Demon King level, but if you scale Lucia to Demon King level, you would have to scale Burial above Demon King level.
Why Burial?
Because she couldn't fight Burial.
You mean
no, she couldn't fight
Balrog?
with the... Right, Balrog. Right. Sorry.
Oh well, no, yeah, no, I wouldn't have a problem with that because he was already planning to kill Argosax, and he also
Laughs in
granted, he fought
despair.
Dante. Yeah, no, I mean, well, okay,
Laughs
so
in
just because,
despair.
yeah, so he shows up and he's like, I can beat this blob, and then Argosax is like, this isn't even my full power. Teleports behind him, nothing personal, kid. That's probably exactly what would happen. Like I'm gonna make a bet right now that if they ever remake DMC2 and they reference him, he's gonna be like, I was strong enough to fight Argosax, and it's just like, it's like, yes, I could defeat the blob, and then Dante's just like, he has another form, idiot.
What? So yeah, so the only way this works is if Balrog is superior to Demon King level, because if he is, you could argue see his Demon King level with no anti-feats.
Well, I mean, Demon King level, I think that's fine. I don't know if I would say he's superior. I think he'd just be at Demon King level. I don't think he was at, because Despair and Body should be superior to Demon King level.
Yeah, she beats
Argosax Chaos should just be.
She beats Phantom.
Yeah, she beats Phantom. Yeah, no. So we know she scales well above the generals because she already consistently proves those feats.
The Akatsuki versus the Seven Hells DMC3.
So she does that in DMC2.
Oh, speaking of which, did you actually watch Set's new video about the Akatsuki versus the Phantom trope?
Where he just discussed how crushed they were going to be?
Yeah, and how he scales the Akatsuki to Bijus.
Yep.
So, you ready to concede the idea that the Akatsuki don't scale to island level or whatever?
Which bee juice?
Oh my god. Oh my... You're really gonna do this?
Yeah, because it matters. Because when we have a scene where one half of the Ninetales beats 5 other Biju, I feel like...
Isn't the Ninth... Oh, I need a level merit hard. Isn't the Ninetales just, vastly superior to all the other Biju Tails, though? Like, isn't he, even massively stronger in the Eight Tails, which is the closest one to him?
Not one half. The Eight Tails had similar feats in that fight.
If the seven Hells have their true form, they technically have infinite speed, so they would technically stomp.
If they're not in their true form, the Akatsuki's gonna
smack them.
Datara's just gonna be like... Datara's just gonna be over here like, art is an explosion, and just blow up the entire city and just kill unless I wank the Seven Hells and say that Greed can summon Demon King.
Hang on, Mangler, you can just say all Biju are island level 1 through 7.
1 through 7. No, I don't feel comfortable with that. I'm fine with them being mountain level. Island is a little different. I think after 5, then it gets into island level territory, because the problem with most Akatsuki is that they don't scale higher than 4 consistently.
But people, Itachi and SCL.
So Itachi and Kisame, Kisame, Pain, and Obito, you can all argue to be higher than 4 consistently, because they have feats that demonstrate that. But Kakuzu, no.
What do you have to
No. Well, besides the fact that he loses 2 of his 3 hearts to... Actually, no. I'm pretty sure he loses 3 of his 5 hearts to Kakashi.
Well, that's because he's fighting Kakashi, though. Kakashi's just top tier material.
This wasn't even War Arc Kakashi. This wasn't even Five Kage-Same Arc Kakashi.
Kakashi is always top tier material. Haven't you seen the data books? He's omnipotent.
Oh yeah, I should have forgot about that.
Yeah,
Hidan and Kakuzu, they scaled the 2 tails. But the problem is that when they fought the 2 tail, that was back before Kill Beast bombs were created in the world. So.
Well, no. You'd have to retro scale that, though. You can't just say oh, because the attack didn't come out till later, it can't be used. Also, you're lagging a little bit there.
What are they fodder reference to?
Oh, you're still lagging pretty bad. So I actually released a Dead or Alive fucking skins video earlier this week. I think the only one who saw it though was I think Red Dusk. He commented on it because I guess the audio was fucked up super badly. It's
How
funny
about now?
Toby could carry Akatsuki on his back, but he chose not to do. Lol. Well, because the Akatsuki were all capable fighters. They were all picked to kill tailed beasts. Or I guess capture them. I'm not
Oh, but Toby was, because he was just giving orders to Pain, who was carrying the Akatsuki on his back.
The Akatsuki can fight tailed beasts on their own though.
No, I meant like their fucking power structure, not actually like going out and doing all their missions.
Wait. So would Toby have been able to beat Pain in a fight?
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Like there's nothing like Pain could do to him. You could never touch him.
But my almighty push.
Kamui dimension.
Wait.
Like, oh, you pushed me through the air into the Kamui dimension.
Toby is stronger, but the
Well,
almighty push.
Toby, when he was 14 years old, took over the full Ninetales with just Genjutsu. Was like, yeah, this is mine now. One half of that thing, while not even under Naruto's full control, broke out of Chibaku Tensei, which is Pain's strongest jutsu, with ease. So I think I feel pretty comfortable saying that if, like, 14-year-old Obito can do that, like, Pain's probably not gonna, like, do that well. Plus, Obito already knows what all the Rinnegan techniques are, so he just has to suck the Pains in the Kamui dimension, teleport in there, kill them, and then come back out, and then Pain's like, wow, crap, I can't revive them with the Naraka path because their bodies are in a different location and I have to manually retrieve them. Pain could hold on to Six-Tailed Naruto after all of the other Pains were like eliminated. Also, if you think that was like an even fight, he was holding on, like, but then once Naruto started like actually closing the distance, and while he was brawling with him, Naruto was beating the shit out of him because he was completely resisting Almighty Push. So,
Wait, are you saying the almighty push isn't almighty? Have I been lied to?
I know it's hard to say. Nice feat, to be fair. I mean, it's a nice feat if he could consistently do it, except that he doesn't consistently do it. Because Naruto, as soon as he takes the first punches, is just like, you know what, I'm just going to kill you real quick. And then Pain's like, you know what, I need to use my strongest jutsu and control fucking gravity. Because there's no other way to beat you. Naruto's like, alright.
Almighty push isn't omnipotent. That's what this fucker's implying here.
Well,
Fucking
contrary to popular belief.
down players. Can Kamui keep up with the 7 hells? It depends on what you want to scale 7 hells to.
I mean, if we're talking like normal speed 7 hells, hell no, Lady could take them out. So if we're talking like unsealed in the demon world, no, you're get out of here.
So actually, I'll be done with the summon farming in another half an hour later. I'm gonna stop after this last book and play some Dead or Alive on TV just fucking finish it off with something else. Because I don't really have enough time to do Dead Space, and I don't have any other fighting games I have on the fucking Xbox right now.
The 7 hells demon, not their servants. What do you mean?
Yeah. Oh wait. Are you referring to the actual 7 deadly sins in the manga?
We don't actually see those fight. We only see the servants. Like, you do realize, like, the 7 hells, like, they just kind of get unsealed and then they just get released. And then their servants show up with the sights, and then that's it.
To be fair, they do fight Dante, though. I mean, at least one of them does, and another one takes a blow from Virgil.
I'm talking about Pride and Lust and all. I know you're talking about Azara.
Yeah, but Afedi brought up the idea of fucking,
the actual, like, sins, but they don't. They just send their servants. We're aware of this. Well, when people say 7 hells, they're not referring to the ones that were released in the manga. They're referring to the ones that show up in 3. Which, granted, the ones that show up in 3 are as a result of the events in the manga, but they're not the exact same demon. They're just the servants of said demon. Either way, unsealed, like, or not or sealed strength or human world, whatever, mediums, they're getting fucked. But without that, if they're in the demon world, there's nothing the Akatsuki can do. They're just gonna have to like sit there and cry.
You think a DMC?
You think a DMC? Go ahead. No. You can take it. I'm taking too much.
You think in DMC the Deadly Sins will ever show up? You're really gonna do this?
I mean, what would they even do?
Be bullet sponges?
Yes. Lady would be like, hey, the demon world's sealed again. I just found a scan that says Dante can get stronger the more sinful his opponent is.
I call bullshit.
How did you find... Or how can you find that?
I call bullshit on that right now. Okay, so yeah, no, this summon farming was actually super fucking easy. I think I'll go back and like max out some other characters who I'm probably gonna level up later on.
DMC needs to expand their lore, or people just need to read the novels, because the novels
they already
do
did
expand the lore. It's like they're doing it right now. I mean, they're doing it a little slowly. They could do it. I could stand to see them doing it quicker, definitely. But I mean. Definitely can't say they're not expanding their lore. If Pain was in DMC, he can summon the Demon King, so he could summon Mundus Drago's like, no. So the Pain, what Pain summons with the Narakapath is the King of Hell. But the King of Hell in the Naruto verse is just a guy that can revive the dead. And it's not even like him... well, okay. He can... technically, the Narakapath controls Red Rebirth, and it controls, like, the actual head that can, like, consume people's bodies and bring them back to life.
Wait.
Individually.
You mean that machine
but, like,
is supposed to be like a King of Hell or something?
So you remember that the Pain that Konohamaru takes out, right?
Yeah.
With a Rasengan? Yeah, that one that summons the head out of the ground that they throw the Asura Path into. The one with, like, all the machine guns and rockets and stuff. Yeah. When they repair him, they throw him into it, and it just chomps. And then once it finishes, like, chewing him, it opens its mouth, and he walks out, and all of his wounds are fine. So that's the King of Hell. That's what the powers of the Narakapath is, the Pain that controls that. There is nothing that says Pain would be able to summon Mundus or Argosax. Also, even if Mundus and Argosax were there and were fighting alongside him, he wouldn't even be able to heal them. They're way too big. They can't fit in that fucking mouth. Like, what would they even... They'd be, like, trying to get in... Well, okay, maybe Argosax could fit in there, if he's in his despair embodied form.
No, man. You just keep jamming it in there like a fucking, like one of those fucking...
The King of Hell's just like... The King of Hell's just like, shrink down. This isn't sizable portions.
Did you know the lore states that Mundus was a source of evil in the world? You're gonna have to get scanned there for that one. Citation.
I mean citation, not citation. I said that right. Yes. Strong or anything.
I'll probably try downloading Power Rangers again to see if I can like stream that at some point for a fighting game. Because I know Dead or Alive is a little boring for you guys, but I'm almost done with my summon board farming there, so I'm just gonna swap over here.
What is a summon board?
Summon boards are basically fucking like, so in this mobile game, you have to farm points to make your character stronger based on the idea of fucking, stat, it's just stat increases. Oh,
lovely.
That's weird. I get so delayed. I'm just trying to learn.
Mundus was responsible for the series starting. I mean, Mundus was responsible for the series starting regardless, because he was the one that was leading the demonic armies of hell with Sparta under his command. We don't need to make him the literal source of all evil. Though I would argue that's more of a figurative thing, because you could say he's the source of all evil even in the current canon. He doesn't have to literally be a physical embodiment.
He does go off. So I'm trying to
I would put Sparta Sparta does contribute to the series happening, but like, if it wasn't for Mundus starting a war between the human world and the demon world, Sparta never would have had to do that. So, while that statement is true, it's more like based on an action. It's not Mundus existing as like an idea creates the concept of evil. That's a little... Granted, that kind of conceptual manipulation isn't like too far off in DMC, but that's not what Mundus did. He just simply caused a war with both worlds and was like, hey, I want to enslave you all.
The legal age for a Ouija board is 8, but drinking is 21, so you can summon spirits before you drink.
Yes.
There's something to be said about that, but I'm not gonna get too far into that.
They're trying to say that spirits don't give a shit about you until later. I look back through books on Kindle, and there's a book that says, hey, idiots, I'll be out in 2050. Probably don't buy it then.
Oh no, if we on 2050, that's a good pre-order. That's a lot of pre-order time.
A lot of time to think about whether my purchase was really worth it.
Yep. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I never got finished explaining the fucking Akatsuki's at scale, so most of the ones I've already said, like Pain, Obito, and Kisame, they all scale to like tailed beasts that would, at least in the anime, because there are some things that scale, though you could probably say the manga as well, all scale to higher than like 6 and 7 tails for certain, because they have feats that consistently demonstrate it.
Who would you say actually scales? Though?
Pain, Kisame, and Obito, like they scale to the high.
What about the guy with explosions?
Datara? No, Datara scales, his highest that he's gone is the 3 tails, because he's the one who takes the 3 tails back. He just bombs it in the water until he knocks it out.
That's a good strategy.
Yep. But he's also attacking in a mobile target, like a small like target that's waterborne that isn't doing anything. So like he doesn't fight a Jinchuriki with it. He just fights it individually, which a tailed beast with a Jinchuriki is far more lethal.
Because they know how to use that
without it. I know they were hand-picked and crafted to do so. So you could use that statement. Wait, what?
What?
No, I think you cut out.
Oh, I was saying, son of a bitch. So like, because a Jinchuriki is actually better than a tailed beast because they know how to use the powers more effectively, right?
Well, yeah, that, and they add their total chakra supply and power in addition to that, so...
Well, I mean, but the chakra supply is not going to matter in reference to a tail beast, though.
You'd be surprised. Some people have, like, chakra supplies that are stated to match Bijou levels. The 4th Raikage's power is stated to be on the level of Bijou's. It's not stated which one, but the 3rd Raikage was able to fight the 8 tails in a one-on-one for like an hour, and they basically knocked each other unconscious. So like 4th Raikage's got to be somewhere below that.
Shouldn't the 4th Raikage be stronger since he can actually fight alongside Killabee and spar with them?
The 4th Raikage, not the 3rd. 3rd Raikage was basically like no one in terms of like the Raikage's have feats that match him, because he fought like 10,000 soldiers over the course of like 3 nights, and basically couldn't like... He basically fought like 1/8 the Shinobi Alliance for 3 nights, and then he finally died after he ran out of chakra, because they literally couldn't kill him.
What a loser. Who runs out of chakra?
I'm just like, impressive feat, Zim, just like, how embarrassing.
Stop
Man.
covering me.
So I would say that I'm Akatsuki characters that consistently scale to Kage in terms of sheer chakra. You could probably argue them to being like near that level. I think Obito and Pain, or at least Nagato, but since Nagato controls Pain, you can say Pain by extension. Obito and like Kisame can get there for certain.
Wait, so hang on a minute. Who's actually the one who has the Renegade? Is it Pain or... Okay, so... Yeah, this... Oh my
Pain,
goodness.
Pain is an alias that is used by Nagato. Nagato is the one who has Rinnegan. He's the person that has the Rinnegan, and he basically puts his chakra rods into like various corpses, and then projects his chakra through them, and then projects the Rinnegan powers through various bodies. The 6 paths of pain are basically the 6 powers of the Rinnegan being projected through 6 corpses. So that's the whole like purpose. But guys, Minato is FTL, and Minato didn't even use Sage mode. What does speed have to do with anything? Fetty, are you just trolling?
I think it's trying to fast.
What if Itachi and Virgil did the fusion dance and fought Dante and Sasuke? With the fusion dance or without? Because I feel like if you're because like if you're not giving Dante the ability to do that, because you haven't specified anything, so I'm assuming for all intents and purposes, then like you're giving, well, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, all that really gives Virgil is the Totsuka blade, because like Amaterasu, all it does is burn as hot as the temperature of the sun, which isn't really that hot by DMC standards, because DMC has like literal fires of hell in Ifrit's description, as well as places like like Burial and Balrog statements. Those are also characters that are vastly stronger than Beowulf. It's already confirmed to hit with the force of a supernova. So like,
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, no, never mind. They're fusing together. I mean, I don't know what that would look like exactly. Like, I guess. Well, no. Technically, Virgil would have the better arsenal, because Virgil would have he would have well, I guess he would now have access to Izanami and the Totsuka blade, and all fucking Dante would get would be like various elemental jutsus. Like there's nothing Kagasuchi, but that's just a Materasu, which I've already explained is not very effective.
Son of a bitch. I just got fucking
Dante with the Byakugan and the 8 gates versus Virgil with the Sharingan and the Rinnegan. Probably Virgil. If we're talking like sheer utility, because Virgil can at least like revive himself and restore his own body by throwing himself inside the King of Hell. I guess if you just say Dante just goes into the 8 gates, he can just like speed blitz, but that's.
If Capcom made a character looks like me, they'd be wasting their time and money. And general manpower.
Anyway, besides that, chakra wise, I can definitely put at least Data at 3-tail level, and I know he's beaten the 1-tails because he fought Gaara. So yeah, it's definitely true that the Akatsuki scaled to the Biju, but like, understand that the Biju as a term includes tailed beasts 1 through 9. It's not 1 through 5, or 1 to 3, or 4 to 6, or 7 to 4. It's 1 through 9. So, when you say Datara scales to the Biju, you'd have to prove to me that he could take on KCM 2 Naruto, or KCM 1 Naruto, or Sage Mode Naruto, or B. I think the fact that, now granted, you can argue against this by saying there weren't that many members left in the Akatsuki at this point, but at the time of 5 Kage Summit, Obito did send Kisame to take out B, or to capture him. He didn't send Zetsu, right? He sent Kisame, which means Zetsu was not strong enough to take out B. And obviously, we can go further than this. Sasuke was stronger than Datara. He beat Datara. He messed with him the entire time, and he wasn't trying to kill him or anything. He
specifically refused to kill him the entire fight when Deidara was trying very hard to kill Sasuke, and he was so angry by the fact that Sasuke wasn't giving him his attention, because he was just like, hey, I just want to know where Itachi is, and then I'll leave. And then Deidara tries to kill him, he reverse teleports out of there, so he basically beats him the entire fight, and chooses not to kill him, because he doesn't want to kill, and then a stronger Sasuke fights B and gets bullied with his entire team.
Oh my goodness.
So... Go ahead.
No, you can be talking. I'm just saying I'm getting stomped right now. Fuck me.
I'm going to say that that's proof enough that you can say the Akatsuki members don't entirely to each other, because Zetsu and Konan and Hidan are definitely have less impressive feats than Deidara. For sure. Well, Konan does have the 5 billion paper bombs thing, but that was like Batman levels of prep time. That was a little out there. Granted, it's something she could do, but it clearly took a lot of preparation time. It's not something she can just whip out in this fight.
I have not played this character in this difficulty all that often. I didn't think it'd be that.
So, Deidara, the fact that Deidara got beaten by a weaker Sasuke, who wasn't intending to kill him, was still around him. But that Sasuke was still weaker than the Taka Sasuke that fought B, was still weaker than the 5 Kage Summit Sasuke, who fought the right Kage, who you can still make arguments for being weaker than B, or at least comparable to B, and still weaker than the EMS Sasuke, who was still weaker than KCM2 Naruto.
Oh my goodness.
Like we're even when I keep upgrading Sasuke, when several Sasuke's below, he was already sweeping Deidara. How the heck does Deidara beat like all the Biju, or how does Deidara scale to the Biju? I mean, it's also hard to prove this because a lot of the Biju Jinchuriki don't have feats. We only have feats for Gaara. We have consistent feats in like standing for Gaara, for Naruto, Gaara and Shukaku, Naruto and Kurama, B and Hachigen, or yeah, that's it. And then the anime, I guess you can use the Six Tails. I guess you could use Fu, but she doesn't really do anything with the Seven Tails. So we really only have like 3, maybe 4 tailed beasts and their Jinchurikis if you use the anime. So half the tailed beasts and Jinchurikis don't have feats to them. And don't have like an expanded arsenal. They're just shown being beaten by the Akatsuki.
Man, I'm getting stomped.
You don't know how well they do or how they do. Also, a lot of the Akatsuki members didn't just get into the Akatsuki because they were handpicked to be Biju. That wasn't the reason they were chosen into the Akatsuki entirely. Like, Obito chose that. The Akatsuki as an organization was not formed for that specific purpose. They were chosen after.
Okay, so I'm gonna need a citation on that one because fucking almost every time Seth mentioned the Akatsuki, he mentioned they were all handpicked to kill fucking Biju.
So the Akatsuki was originally formed by Yahiko, Konan, and Nagato as a peace organ, as a independent group that was formed for like organizing like peace. It was basically like very peaceful missions through like shows of force. They were meant there as like a peacekeeping organization. Then that changed when Danzo basically stepped in and was like, "Hey, they were of the Hidden Rain," until Danzo basically showed up and was like, "Hey, all these soldiers got killed by the Akatsuki." Basically lies to them, and then Hanzo invites the Akatsuki. He invites Yahiko and Pain to, or Yahiko and Nagato to a specific location. He kidnaps Konan, and then basically forces them to kill each other. And then on the way to help them out, the rest of the Akatsuki's on their way to assist them, and Obito and Zetsu intercept them and kill all of them. And then after that, then Yahiko dies. So basically, there are only 2 members of the Akatsuki. Or Obito had basically approached them before and was like, "Hey, join me," and they're just like, "Never approach us again." And then Nagato after this event approaches Obito and is just like, "I'm interested in your proposition." And then he's just like, "Well, good. Now I want you." Now I want you to recruit people so that we can and we're gonna capture the Nine Tails and various tail beasts. So no, the organization was not formed for that purpose. Obito just modified it after the fact, and even then, there was a vast majority of information,
Apparently,
a wealth of
potato chips mainly.
maybe. I don't know. Depends on which ones.
Well, I mean, I don't like barbecue all that much, so I guess I can understand the reasons.
I'll take some Lay's.
You don't like lemon, right? You're one of those people?
I mean, lemon chips? No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't like lemon chips. Oh,
I thought we were talking about the brand. But they were kind of handpicked. So Obito, his Akatsuki, was handpicked for the organization. Nagato and Yahiko's Akatsuki, no,
but the one
they were not.
The one specifically,
and some of them
but the one that would scale would be the one that Obito has. That's the one most people normally talk about, anyways.
Sure, but as I've said before, the vast majority of the Jinchuriki don't have feats of their fights. In fact, the highest one that we can get on the lowest quarter of the Biju is the Four Tails. We have Roshi's fight with he's the Four Tails with I guess his Four Tails actually called Son Goku.
Ryu Hayabusa was an easier fight than half the fucking girls we fought so far, easily. He was so much fucking easier and straightforward.
So Roshi with the Four Tails fights Kisame and Itachi. We don't see the fight. We just see Roshi start the fight and run at Kisame, and then at the end of the fight, we just later see Roshi sitting on Samehada's tail. Now we already know Kisame's way stronger, but I can't really give those feats to Itachi because he isn't even needed. Even if I don't know what Roshi's arsenal is, which I know it's mostly magma style, but we don't even get a proper demonstration of those feats. The closest thing you can see for feats for the Jinchurikis is when Obito brings them back after they've already died and reanimates them, and then they sort of have some capabilities. But that's not even like when your feats come from not only when you're not alive and in control of your body. You don't even get to be completely used because most of you just revert to going into your tail beast forms. And even then, most of the Akatsuki don't have consistent feats against the tail beasts because they're just shown beating them. We don't even see any of the fight or how it happens. The only ones where we're shown a pretty large amount of detail is B's fights with the Akatsuki, Naruto's fights with the Akatsuki, and Gaara's. But that's the weakest tail beast and the two strongest tail beasts. Everything in between is not shown. We're given the same treatment with the Two Tails and the Four Tails and the Three Tails. We're beginning end. There's no middle.
Can Dante's dimensional hacks work on other species? So that depends on how far you want to take it. Because a demon's name is their power, but I mean, you could argue Dante could just strip someone's name, but that would strip away their powers.
Dante's never done it before, so it's kind of hard to answer that. But he's also never had a reason to. So
I mean, you would assume he could do it though.
I would assume he could. I can assume Dante can do a lot of things. He just never chooses to do these in character and would never choose to because he doesn't want to harm. He doesn't want to harm you.
Plot twist, he actually
Also, Dante doesn't even. We'll go ahead.
The plot twist, he actually took away Lady's original name, and therefore that is why she's referred to as Mary. She's never referred to as Mary again. She's like, Dante, take away my fucking name. Okay.
He's just call me whatever you want. Whatever, lady.
That's why everyone calls her Lady.
That's you'll see. She got exponentially stronger after DMC3 because Dante gave her a name.
I am playing on I'm playing on the second hardest difficulty right now. If I were to play Ayane, I'd get stomped even harder than I am right now because I at least understand how to use this character.
His conceptual attacks does only work on demons. Well, his conceptual attacks. Well, if we're talking conceptual as far as the demon making stuff. You do realize the reason that works is because he's within Sparta's blood lineage, and Sparta's power to do that came from his demonic blood. So since Dante and Virgil still have that, there's nothing that suggests it wouldn't necessarily work on humans. He just did it specifically to demons. I just say I'm a little unsure about it because Dante in character would never do it. But again, that's just an example of that. If we're talking other conceptual things, I mean, Argosax does have some kind of fucking concepts that revolve around them, as well as Void Mundus. They were fucking blasted out of their existence by Dante. Because if it can work on humans and others, wouldn't it just say it works on demons? No, because
they only fight
what?
demons though, so you wouldn't have to specify that.
Well, why would we have to include humans? Humans never fight them. The closest we've ever had to like, actually, we've never even had like a pure 100% human. The only humans that fight them are humans that have taken control of the power of demons. And usually by the time Dante finishes killing them, they've taken a demonic form, so there's no distinguishable difference.
So much bullshit. That match was so much bullshit. How the fuck did she get all those counters off during my stream? What is this? Yeah, no, you wouldn't have to specify humans, because, like, again, the only humans even then, like, the only humans he actually... Okay, we don't know how Sparta actually did it, because it made it sound like it only works on demons. Well, because he only ever fights demons. This would be like saying, like, if you only ever shot people with a gun, you would assume it wouldn't work on anything else just because you've never shot anything else with it, but that would be absurd.
I was about to be like, it works? It works?
That's not things, Damon. That analogy does not apply. Why does that not apply? You're assuming a power would only work on one. Oh, I don't understand why that fucking works that way. Alright, well, alright. At least we won this one back with much better comeback here. That was fucking bullshit that she beat me the fucking first time. Ah, crap. I hate to say it, but I think at this point I'm gonna have to hope I get a fucking ladder of people who can't just beat my ass. Oh no, we actually beat. No, Rachel stomped my first one, so as long as. That spin, I do not think I have any tracking moves. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. She's just doing the exact same shit. Hang on. Okay. Alright, so that one tracks. Alright. But that's my only, I think the only tracking move we have. Because guns made for killing in general, where someone's animal, non-conceptual attacks are different. Oh, so they strip something of their name. The real question is whether or not stripping something of their name would have the same effect as stripping a demon of its name, but he should still be able to strip anything of its name, conceptually speaking. It just depends if that would actually change anything, is the real question on the table. Oof.
Oh, wait, I muted myself.
Oh, so I'm stop talking. Like, I'm pretty sure he's talking to someone else right now. Oh,
yeah,
no.
a demon would be vastly superior to a human anyway, in terms of the quality of their power and their dimensional tiering. So, why wouldn't he be capable of stripping a lesser being of their power? It's also not stated to work specifically on demons. Like I just said, the reason he uses it on those demons specifically is because that's the way the seal works. Dante doing it just demonstrates he has the capability to do so, and that he can interact with said objects. Not that it is limited to said objects. I'm not saying this is the end-all be-all for everything, but a lesser being should be more than capable of being sealed away by this. There's just never been a time or a rhyme or a reason for why Dante would choose to do that. I mean, Dante sold fucking Pandora. Pandora! The devil arm that can give him any weapon he chooses of any description that he wants, just simply by imagining it while he holds it in his hand. Okay, and we're really going to be like, well, just because Dante doesn't use it on anybody. Like, Dante isn't exactly the brightest bulb in the pantry.
Oh my goodness. Does she have all these ice attacks following her in the actual King of Fighters game? Because if he does, that I can see that getting annoying. Oh my goodness, we seriously go. Oh my goodness. Son of a bitch.
No. You know what would be a better fight for the fucking the Akatsuki? Like fighting the granted, it would have to be an equalized fight, but fighting like the fighting Organization 13 from Kingdom Hearts. Equalized though, because if they weren't, they'd sweep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be it for the stream today. Because very clearly I have to practice some more. Thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys on next stream or video.